All right. Boom. Nice, nice. I think we're up and running on YouTube. Let me double check though. Hello, everyone. We are back to regularly scheduled programming. YouTube is in fact up and running. Can I make this happen? There we go. We're good to go. Cool, cool, cool. We got some love coming in from me. Now we're going to boot up Twitch, make sure everything's up and running over on that end. Boink. Maybe later. I want to make sure everything's running first, dude. All right. Everything looks to be up and running on Twitch, so I will switch my second screen, well, technically my third screen over to chat only, and we're pretty much good to go. Off to a rollicking good start. Excuse me. There will be a, there will be a poll at the end of this episode because we are back to, as I said before, regularly scheduled broadcasts. More of a typical check out homebrew stuff. No worries, DM Lacara. I also did take some time to, I will give you a sneak peek of what the poll is, so give me 1 second. Because I took some time to go ahead and do the math here for what kind of videos we've done already. And I'm going to keep better stats, better track of this so that we can go through some more stuff. I want to hit up the things that like we haven't done a lot of yet. And like classes we've done so much of because a lot of the episodes tended to be more than one stream. Like a lot of the topics there tended to be more than one stream. So I'm going to try to stray away from classes for the foreseeable future. I want to try and get some of these other things up and we can talk about them a bit. But that's neither here nor there because today we're going to talk about a wizard subclass. I also did like what kind of things to try and break them down. We're going to talk about a wizard subclass and a monk subclass. Because we actually have taken the most looks at warlock subclasses so far, which is an interesting choice. I don't know exactly how that happened, but that's how it happened. We've looked at a lot of warlock stuff, so generally speaking, if we're doing subclasses, it's probably not going to be warlock stuff for a while. Sorry, just lubricating the mouth organ here. But yeah, we're going to look at some wizard school. And okay, so one thing that I've come across, feel free, even if you're not in the actual live stream portion of this and you're just watching the VOD or the video on YouTube later on, if you have suggestions or things, please don't hesitate to let us know. But it seems like of the subclasses videos, the best option that we've got is to do one subclass that has just the subclass. So in this case, it's the monk one. It's just a thing. There's nothing extra about it. Just here's what them subclass rules are. And then one subclass that has something extra about it. In the case of what we're looking at tonight, the Wizard School Dropout, this has a magical fumbles table. But it's not just what happens on Nat 1s. Also, special things happen on Nat 20s. Like, oh, maybe you're just really, really good at this. Maybe you are just a absolute prodigy, but school academia by itself is not for you. I think that's cool. So in the future, when we're doing subclasses videos, since this format seems to be working, that is the way the subclass videos will go. One subclass that's got just what happens as you level up and you get those class abilities, and one that has something extra. I actually ended up moving a lot of things from my subclasses set of bookmarks and like folders to the homework category, because a lot of them were like, oh, here's 12 subclasses, and like, there's no way we're gonna be able to go through all of those in one go. So I have been doing some stuff in the background. I would like to know, though, feel free to leave it here, even when this is a VOD and you want to leave comments. Like, what did you guys do last weekend? Or rather, last week. We took last week off after we'd gone through playing some Cardna. And I think that actual play of Cardna, we will be doing that again after Shin puts some more stuff into it. And there'll be other actual plays here. We still do want to make that kind of content. We want to be here for y'all. Speaking of being here for y'all, what's up, DM Speedy?
Why, hello there. There's quite a loud music going on here.
Ah, so you...
I just turned it down.
I was going to say, yeah, you can turn the all speakings.
I know this secret.
I actually have, okay, a little behind the scenes knowledge, y'all. When I think we were maybe like 6 months into the stream-ish, and DM Bacon apparently had been plotting this since the very beginning. He was there for like our first 10 episodes, give or take. He'd been plotting this from the beginning, but like 6 months in, he got me the stream deck, the fat one, because I had a little stream deck, but this is the XL, and I have the jukebox.
They make
has
pills
its
for
own
that, you know.
wheel.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either. I'm glad you're here.
Listen, I come to you all from the new Casa de Speedy.
Ooh. Is this where you'll be honing your spell casting and gunslinging?
But of course, I now have actual rooms.
Hell yeah, dude. Moving on up.
Basically lived in a hotel room before. Now I have a proper one-bedroom apartment.
Hell yeah.
I have a nice window view of my apartment complex. I can look at the street view on the other side. I'm within walking distance of a Starbucks.
You're set.
Yeah.
Oh. Nightbot just woke up. Ooh, actually, I should be doing that. Sorry, y'all know I never do that on time.
Me just yield.
Wake up, Nightbot. I'm pretty sure Twitch Nightbot is always here. It's YouTube Nightbot that is he's just EP all the time.
Was he sleeping?
Yeah, he takes forever to pop up on YouTube, but on Twitch, instant. I don't know if maybe there's like a API thing that's getting in the way. I don't know. But he's so slow on YouTube compared to Twitch. Let's see. If any of your commands work, my guy. Come on. I am not sure if my notifications are dead again. We will find out. Somebody had come in during the thank you stream last week and was like, I subbed. Sub me. And I was like, I didn't see a notification. But I'm also not a very big sub for sub guy. If I take on anyone else in my subscription, I'm one of those weirdos who like goes through the subscription feed every single day. Like I'm watching whatever people put out, and like I don't have enough attention span to really accept anybody else at the moment. I don't even watch all of Fist's videos anymore. Fist uploads so often and like so much that I used to literally run 2 of his videos on each of my monitors at the same time. And I'd be like, oh my god, I cannot absorb any more of this content. You gotta slow it down, my guy.
I don't believe you.
My brain. It can't process. Oh, I'm not a murder bot.
Yet.
It's true. Yet. So are you excited to hear about a wizard school dropout and a brawler monk today?
Brawler monk. I am.
Hell yeah. You missed all our warlocks. We've apparently done the most warlocks as subclasses so far.
Warlock does have a lot of flavors.
It's true. Like being in the labyrinth, which DM Lacara is on the side working on the one-shot for. Being in the labyrinth that the warlocks are beholden to.
Interesting.
With mini tours. What's up, DM Shin?
What is going on, Kami? DM reading. What's going on?
It's.
Have we figured out what we're going? What we're calling you officially?
Oh, I've just decided DM Speedy.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Given to me by our Lord and Savior Ducky.
Oh,
that's fair.
I miss him.
All hail the Duckman. All hail the Duckman. But what's going on, stream? Hope everybody's having a good night.
So far, so good. Like, even weather-wise, this is nice.
I mean...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about this weather.
I wouldn't say that. It tried to kill me on Saturday.
So that was Saturday. This is a new day.
Yeah, Saturday was cold and I was outside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was too. I did that. I made the mistakes. I did that yesterday, too, when it was like, I don't know what to be.
When it was like, here's one cloud that's raining. Oh, it's right above your head? Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
That's about right.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I come to you from my new wizarding sanctum.
Hell yeah.
Ah, you moved. Congratulations.
Everything we brought over the course of a 14-hour day, we have unpacked.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I started at 8 a.m. I finally got told to stop at 10:30, and I was ready to keep going.
Woof.
Listen, moving is a big deal.
It's not completely done yet, but my wife isn't in the room, so I'm going to surprise her by finishing it tomorrow.
Aww.
There you go. There you go.
The things we do for love.
The things I do for love.
Right, courage.
Courage.
Laughing because I could probably see her walking up now.
Courage, the equally battered, emotionally abused dog.
I'm surprised.
But he was very happy.
Kind of makes me want to. That would be very hard to do, because he has so many talents. But I was going to say, what if you were a warlock beholden to Muriel? Muriel.
No, I want to be a warlock beholden to the SWAT cats.
Oh.
T-Bone and Razor.
Considering Eustace had a mallet, is he a barbarian?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Eustace definitely a barbarian. 100% a barbarian.
Now, I'm going to say this as a very controversial opinion here. I believe Courage to be a wild magic sorcerer.
Really?
Considering all the shenanigans that happened on that farm,
He's
was cool.
definitely got a cursed background.
Yeah. For sure,
His
wild
background is
something.
definitely the haunted one.
He's definitely a haunted
I would almost give him a gloom. I would give him a gloom stalker, but he's getting stalked by gloom. He's a reverse gloom stalker. He who is stalked by gloom.
It just feels like a
that's what I would
warlock
do.
with extra steps.
Yeah, kinda.
If you're hunted by the gloom.
No, but he doesn't have like a patron that wants him to do anything. He's just so unlucky. Like
What
no
are you talking
patron
about?
wants
His
him.
patron is Muriel.
No, but Muriel's not his patron. Muriel's that would make him
That's
a
his
cleric.
job.
Yeah, Muriel's his job. Like that's his ward.
She's a paladin.
Oh yes. Oh, it's a Muriel.
Muriel
The old
paladin.
Muriel.
You just say Muriel and you just get Shazam bolted.
When oh my god, his divine weapon, when he casts spiritual weapon, he forms Eustace's mallet. I'm getting me mallet.
Oh my
He
god.
just gets Eustace's mallet. They're proficient in blunt weaponry.
If Courage was an Echo Knight,
blunt weaponry, yes. Oh, I need Courage to be in Night Rain, a game I'll probably only buy on sale.
Oh, Night Rain is an interesting experience. I'll give you that.
It doesn't have crossplay, and I've become a PC boy, so.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
true,
but
true.
your boy here's a PC player, so like, what's the issue? What's the issue?
You're right. Oh snap! You're right. I get to join you on the.
I literally yesterday was training your grand pupil in the ways of jank.
Well, maybe I will pick it up then this week. I might have some free time.
I want free time.
Take it.
Just rip it out of the time stream.
Exactly.
All right, we'll give.
Also, I am happy to announce, thanks to the careful support of DM Lacara and DM Okami and everyone else here at the stream and various other sources all around the world. I did submit my my template. I guess it's like a document display proposition for Cardna to the competition. It goes through people like Drive Through Games and other companies like Mosaic. I think it's like Gaslight. Oh my goodness, is that clapping?
Yes. I was like, where is the soundboard?
But yeah, I will hear back at the end of the month whether or not I was one of the 20. I did see a lot of the names come up. It looks like a lot of people definitely submitted their own TTRPG systems as well and ideas. But I was telling Southern Roundtable earlier, I am very excited to have been able to do this because it definitely showed me some abilities. And I got to share with you guys here on the stream as well. So my advice to you, all of you fledgling DMs and anyone who's a DM currently and thinks that they're just not DM material, yes, you are. You can write it, you can craft it, you can create it. I didn't think I could do this, and in under a year, I've come up with some nonsense out of my brain that I might need to be committed for at some point or another in my lifetime.
No, it'll just increase your visions.
That's what I've been seeing in my
You've got insight.
Insight? No, I've got demons.
Just remember, prospective DMs, when you're selling your soul in order to make your content, sell your soul to the correct demon. Otherwise, you will have an extended warranty call.
It's true.
Don't get the extended warranty.
True. It's true. It's all true.
I just heard someone sneeze outside and it sounded like a thunderclap and it was amazing.
I hope their nostrils are clear.
I mean, considering I just heard this guy from like 100 feet away, yeah.
Speaking of clear, and this is completely ridiculous, but I heard someone like outside of my job is, of course, right outside of a gym, which is even more motivation to not go. Funny how that works, but no. Eventually, I'll join it when I decide I have free time again. But I heard someone like slap someone, like give the team like butt slap to somebody else, and my coworker exclaimed, "That sounded like the shot that took out Lincoln," and I broke. I broke at my job today, and that was a moment I felt I didn't know was necessary, but was glad to have witnessed.
That's fantastic.
Because it was quite a loud. It was quite a loud butt slap. It was like a team butt slap. It was just like a hey, good job.
We
think he should buy him dinner.
So speaking of dinner, on Saturday night, after we helped,
I was like, I don't know what party's gonna go off of.
We went out to eat at this barbecue place that we all liked, and it was live music night, which we didn't realize till we got there. We're like, oh, this is cool. And when the band was done playing, they had a male lead singer and a female lead singer. Or I guess, I don't know which one is the lead. They had two singers. One was male, one was female. And then the female singer came over to the table next to us and was talking to the people there, who we assumed she knew. But she was like, I will talk more, but I have to pee. And she was like leaning back as she said it. So she said it right into Jenna Ketchy's ear. And he was like, huh? And she was like, that wasn't for you. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna go pee now.
Hey, you were just there, and I accidentally just used your ear as a microphone to tell people I must urinate.
Tragic.
But yeah, are you excited, DM Shin, to take a look at a wizard school dropout and a brawler monk tonight?
I am definitely excited for the brawler monk. I am a monk adjacent, aka I just always believe in any class that believes in the holy art of throwing absolute hands.
Fair.
I do believe it to be quite a noble art form, taken up by only the most pious of saints, aka people who should throw hands.
Fair.
And I also believe that if you can suplex somebody with a grapple check, you should.
Oh, yes. DM Lacara...
Untapped use of a grapple check.
Yeah! DM Lacara has told us that she will be a little late. I paused, expecting her to just show up because I said that. But I think...
Oh, you tried to use the ability.
I did. I tried to summon her. But in any case, I think it's time for us to start. What you have to
understand is whenever you try to pull off that power, you have to give them a specific time. Like, they will show up at exactly 8:18. And when I'm correct, I'm going to do a lap around my complex.
But the first thing we're going to look at tonight is the Wizard School Dropout. I just love this picture that's down at the bottom on the first page. If you are on YouTube, sorry, we haven't done regular things. Hold on, I'll get back into the groove. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, you can open the description, follow along with us. If you're one of the DMs in the roundtable, here's a link for you. If you're on Twitch, here's a link, and I'm going to pin it for the next 30 minutes. We'll probably go longer than that, but I'll pin it for the next 30 minutes.
I love how it's an arcane tradition for the magically inept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guess what? As the newest member of the Midnight Society, DM Speedy.
Oh, Lord.
Why don't you start us off with our first look into the Wizard School Dropout?
Yeah.
How would you like me to do this? I'm quite new here.
So you can
However,
read
you see
the little flavor text at the beginning if you'd like, or you can summarize it,
Go
one
with
or
what?
the other. I'm gonna change the music because it's
Go with-
time we get into wizards.
I'll read the nice
Wizard!
flavor text at the beginning. Why not?
You're a wizard, Harry.
I am, in fact, a wizard / gunslinger. While some wizards have a natural talent for magic, studying and honing their skills for years. I don't know why I'm accenting midway through that sentence.
Don't worry
Others
about
have
it. Read it as
for
weird as
messing
you
it all
want.
up. Wizards of this caliber
no.
are often expelled
Yeah.
from their academies and forced on the streets, becoming no more than cheap magicians. While many resign themselves to this fate, others choose to fight it and continue their studies on the road. And though the humble dropout may seem underwhelming at best and incompetent at worst, a bit of well-placed luck when it matters most can make them an asset worth having.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I did forget to say that this particular subclass was made by Elmsgrove's Compendium. They are, as far as I can tell, unfortunately not making homebrew anymore, but they do have quite a few things up on Reddit if you want to go look them up separately. But I digress.
I don't know why I thought you were about to give me one of those like Elmsgrove compendiums and like located at 1327 right off the highway. Like what?
Talk to your
Where is
local
this place?
treebeard member.
Right.
If you have upset the local druids, please run away.
Have you ever thought about that? Like that's one class. Just on a side note, that's one class that I don't think I've ever thought of chasing people, but probably has the best chance of capturing their opponent that they're chasing because you can just wild shape.
Yeah, you would never know what's chasing you. You'd be so paranoid. There'd be like, oh, you see all the street cats, and you'd be like, this is weird.
You're failing to
And
understand
so
the
one
biggest
walk up, you're
thing.
just like, hello.
No, listen, with druids, you don't have to fear animals themselves. It's the ground you're standing on you cannot trust anymore.
Also that.
Also true, depending on the
If you
certain
see the
druids will just take
tiniest,
the ground.
dandelion shoving its way through some like cobblestone, it can be used as a weapon against you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
seedlings.
when they start speaking with
The
plants.
turrets.
Yeah, they start speaking. Oh my god, the
turrets from
plant versus
Archibald.
zombie. Yeah. The pseudo plant versus zombie creatures. Yes, no, I can't. That is a nightmare I cannot allow.
Yo, dog,
That
I
is-
heard you liked plants.
That or they just are a
Right.
swarm keeper and you just get bees chasing you.
The bees. That would be
rather-
actually DM Shin's. Yeah, no, that's how we kill DM Shin.
That's exactly how you take DM Shin out. That's the fastest way to wipe me off the face of the earth. The bees, like that is targeted at that point. And I just want to know why you hate.
I love you, man.
Well, you too.
Speaking of that, do you want to tell us about parlor tricks, DM Shin?
Well, of course. Naturally, as a wizard school dropout, you have to gain something. And starting at second level, you learn the cantrip Prestidigitation. Oh, I did it. Oh, I hate that one. I hate that cantrip.
We are proud of you.
Nice.
Prestidigitation. If you already know Prestidigitation, you can instead choose another cantrip from the wizard spell list. You add your intelligence modifier to performance and sleight of hand checks involving cantrips. You're literally you're Uncle Magic.
Yeah, you're the cup guy at the cardboard table.
Yes.
My God.
You're how Draco loses his soul.
Hey, don't bring him into here.
I dropped out
Yeah.
of school to play the cup game
Yeah.
for cash.
It's
like,
not
hey,
my
hey,
fault
hey,
I
pick a-
outrolled God.
Isn't it though?
No.
So for context, in a different game that both DM Speedy and I were playing with Exo Clubs, who had expressed can't wait till we do some non-5e stuff so he can come in and start critiquing.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's ready. So keep that in mind. But,
also, shout out happy birthday to Clubs.
Oh, hell yeah. Happy birthday to Clubs. He is the man, and it is his birthday. And, wait, what time is it? Damn, you were off by 4 minutes.
You know, I wanted to say that when I made that bet in my head, I was 4 minutes away from the time, and yet she came 4 minutes after the expected time. So technically, it equals out, so I win.
No, that's not how timey-wimey stuff works here today. All right,
Excuse me, I'm using my parlor trick. I don't listen to you.
What's going on?
What's going on, DM Lacara?
Basically, you're making me look bad. Please go back in time and come back here in 4 minutes ago.
In 4 minutes ago is the best.
Come back in 4 minutes ago. You got that. Let me just pull out my TARDIS.
Yeah, just everybody's pocket police box. But you came just in time. We just started looking at things. But how are you today, DM Lacara?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Oh.
Any fun tales from the table?
No, because actually last time we were supposed to have a session, we did a game night instead.
Oh.
I'm sad I missed that one.
That's okay, there will be more.
Yes.
Yeah, you've never been to one of our, nerdy game nights.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even know what the alternative to Tabletop Simulator is. The Tabaxi in your campaign was like, oh, I can't use Tabletop Simulator, I gotta use something else. And it was just an acronym, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Board Game Arena.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am familiar.
It's good. I mean, it doesn't have as much stuff as TTS, because TTS anybody can just load up and build their own version of a game.
Is Board Game Arena everything's built by the creators? They're slowly building out the board games. I think it is.
Yeah. So they've got all your normal ones, like Ticket to Ride, and you can even play Yahtzee on it. But then
nice.
It just depends on who has built their game into it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. We played Flip 7, which is a lot of fun. And then I don't remember what the other thing was. But it was also fun.
I have never actually seen Flip 7 be played, but I've seen multiple times the display with all of the boxes of it. But not one is ever taken out of them. The display is always perfect. And I'm I feel like it's probably one of those games that's real fun that nobody knows about.
I don't feel like it's been around that long, because it's a Spiel des Jahres nominee this year, so it can't have been out long. I don't know how that works. I know there's some kind of weird lag time with the Spiel games, but I don't know what that actually equates to in real life. I'm not that far down the path.
Yeah, everyone's
I know it exists.
I
don't know.
You're I haven't reached that deep yet.
Yeah.
Because I kickstart so much stuff. They're like, we'll see you at... I keep getting emails. They're like, we'll see you at Spiel Essen. And I'm like, no, you won't.
Nope. It is yeah, it is the resident bard, who says hi, by the way.
Hi.
And so does the tiny barbarian.
Hi.
It's his dream, I'm sure, to be there someday. He's the one that's really into the board games. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
I gotcha.
Oh, tell the resident bard that thanks to his interesting question about the way armor works, there is a new mechanic to the armor system.
Yeah, I suspected that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, but it will now make perfect sense
awesome.
to anyone playing it. So I
Would
tell
I be
him thank you.
concerned?
He is
Yes
like
and no.
he is like the white hat hacker of TTRPGs. Like if there is a way to break it, he will figure it out.
Yeah. Like I sat there. I sat there on that question for like a solid day and a half, and I was just like, "He's right." Like, huh?
But is
Wait
he
a
the kind
minute.
of person
I
to
was like,
possibly
I find a way.
Is he the kind of person to intentionally sell his friend's souls just so he can get a reroll?
No, he's the
No.
kind of person that would like study the statistics of the game for like 3 days in order to figure out the best way to min-max his character.
It's okay. I actually performed the peasant railgun.
Yeah, no, he doesn't hurt other people. He just runs into the middle of battles when he has like no armor every single
Oh,
time, just like trusting
Yeah,
that
you guys are
somebody
gonna
else will
have
pull him out.
You guys are gonna have a blast.
That's a lot
Man.
of
Yeah.
trust.
You guys are gonna have a whole blast because come Labor Day weekend, I think we might kick off session 0, guys.
Oh, no.
Huh.
Oh yes.
I can shoot him now and pull him out.
Oh,
I didn't think of that until just now.
you can.
If you have access to the homebrew repository as either a patron or a YouTube member, there's isolating
Which
strike
you
is all
should
up in there.
be if you're not. Which, hey, guess what? If you need a reason to join the Patreon,
It's true.
there's a free subscription tier,
Oh, there is.
which means you don't have to pay anything. It's $0 and 0 cents, and all you gotta do is show up, and you get access to some of this stuff. But if you happen to have some extra money, we're gonna hit you early. We're gonna hit you super early.
Mhm.
DM Lacara. It's been a while.
It has.
I think we need to let the people know. Remind the people here. How can they help the channel?
You can help the channel. Help Okami. Keep him out of the demi-plane of sludge. Keep yourself out of the demi-plane of sludge by hitting the buttons. People, if you have money, hit the buttons that give Okami money. There is the aforementioned Patreon. There's also YouTube subscriptions and Twitch things and other things that I don't know the names of. But Okami has all the buttons and all the links in the description. Hit one of them, give him some money. If you don't have money but wish you did, you can join the free tier of the Patreon. You can like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let us make more people crazy than we already do, because it's fun.
And
It
you
really
can go
is.
to the Redbubble and look at all the cool stuff that we've all made, but it's definitely like 98% DM Lacara. So like all the cool stuff she's made.
That is no longer true. We've got the little demon buddy that is Scott's original creation, and we have the very, very cool DM logos from DM Shin. So we're branching out.
Yeah.
We have leveled up. I will have to get you, DM Speedy, your own logo.
Oh
forward.
my God.
Yeah.
I've never seen it suggest this before, but right now, like when you log onto Redbubble, it'll like suggest different things you can put the design on, and it has for the Spectrum one, like are you a murder hobo or adoption agency? The current suggestion is a framed art print.
It knows your audience.
Yeah, it's like we know.
Please remember, everyone, with every donation and purchase, there is a non-zero chance that DM Okami will appear in your closet to give you a hug at night.
I do like hugs. You'll for sure hear me coming though. I'll be like, does anyone want hugs?
That is actually exactly how I feel like you would announce yourself walking into the room too. Just like, hugs anyone? They'd be like, wait a minute, sir.
Who are you?
Birthday party. How'd you get in here?
I'm the monster that lives under your bed. The hug monster.
You are not selling this for doing children's D&D parties.
No.
Well, that
know
could be the
you,
bad guy.
And I feel like, yeah.
That could be the
I
BBEG, the
think
hug
so.
monster.
The
No,
hug monster. He will
I
tuck you
think
in at
that-
night.
I feel like Huggy Wuggy has ruined that, though.
Huggy Wuggy? Was that? Oh no, that's Fuzzy Wuzzy. Sorry. I went to a different children's rhyme scheme. Guess that's what you'd call it. Child folklore hero. I don't know.
Yes, that.
Mhm.
I don't know where Fuzzy Wuzzy falls in the realm, but
yeah, come on, hang out and come to the Discord and talk with us. We love talking about stuff. You can talk with everyone in the Discord except DM
Yeah.
Lacara. We're the bouncers for DM Lacara.
yeah, we protect access. Think of DM Lacara as the president and we're the Secret Service.
Yes.
DM Lacara is in fact the final end boss of DM Roundtable.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, basically,
yes.
like if now the Justice League has a contingency plan with Batman, DM Lacara is the Roundtable contingency plan. If all of us were to become compromised, she has the power to nuke everything and reset the universe. So just remember.
Yeah,
that.
can I be Samuel L. Jackson in Shield?
Oh,
Was his
yes.
name.
Yes.
Nick
You're
Fury.
right.
I want to
Nick
be
Fury.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to be the president and you guys are the Secret Service. I want to be Nick Fury and you guys are Shield agents.
I'm okay with this.
I thought you were about to say that
Yeah.
we're the Avengers, and that would track.
Hey, I have 2 Shield
You work
Agent
for-
T-shirts. I'm ready.
You got this.
I look great. I think I look great in a shield suit. I'll take it.
They are pretty smart.
Listen, I have my nice new crimson suit.
Ooh, that's true.
I'm
There
ready.
you go. There you go.
I'm down for this.
But
Oh,
DM Lacara, since you joined us,
Mhm.
why don't you tell us a little bit if you've got everything popped up? Why don't you tell us a little bit about some other stuff you get at level 2 for a Wizard School Dropout?
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see.
Some magical
maybe
mishaps,
magical
maybe?
mishaps.
You're up to magical mishaps?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Your magic talent shifts between bouts of brilliant genius and infuriating incompetence. Oh, it's like my job. Whenever
Story of my
you
life.
cast a wizard, Whenever you cast a wizard spell of first level or higher with a casting time of 1 action or less, roll a d20. On a 1, you fumble the spell, making it backfire and causing an additional negative effect based on the school of magic listed in the magical mishaps table. On a 20, the spell. You're just excited because it's a table.
Yeah.
I am. I am actually. That's
He
exactly
hears
why
the
I'm
word table and he
excited.
starts foaming at the mouth feverishly.
I do. I really do.
He's
I
scratching
can't
his
help
neck right now. I can hear it.
On a 20, the spell is instead cast with extra fervor and a dash of luck, generating an additional flourish. If the mishap has a lingering effect and is generated from a spell with concentration, it will last until concentration is broken. Effects require saving throws. Use your spell save DC. That's normal.
Yeah.
Creatures make subsequent saving throws at the start of each of their turns. Yep. Okay.
I love this picture down here, though. Like, can you please mix that potion just a little faster?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know you're a little concerned right now because you're totally like in danger, but we're gonna die. So hurry up.
I failed
Listen.
potion mixing class.
No,
It's like, where did you find this guy? Timo?
Wizard Timu.
You found this guy on Wizard Timo.
Nah, he's definitely
Like,
the AliExpress
but also-
version.
he
Oh my god.
but also he summoned the thing that they're fighting first.
Oh
And
yeah,
now
100%.
she's trying to counter it.
100%, it's his fault.
Listen, if you notice the photo of the thing trying to get in, it has a fresh fade. It definitely is a magical mishap.
Oh yeah. That
And just
haircut wasn't.
remember, fellow DMs here and everyone watching at home, just like you at home, the magical mishap of the Wizard School Dropout has some performance anxiety. It's perfectly normal. Just don't roll ones all the time.
It's
Like
true.
Shin.
Hey, I roll ones like a professional. That's why it's my favorite thing in cards. Why do you think I want you to roll ones? I want you to feel the joy I never could.
Yeah, but now you've tainted the 20.
As long as you have
yeah.
one, just one dice jail, use it, okay? Okay?
No, you don't understand. You have poisoned the one. This is off topic. I do D&D with children as part of my job.
You're lucky.
And one of them is a divination wizard.
Oh.
And she rolled her divination dice, and one of them was a natural 1. I looked at her and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna do with that. And she let me monologue about how she was fighting a scorpion. She let me monologue for 5 minutes about everything going on. She goes, nah. Like, what do you mean, nah? She just points the one at me. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I take it back.
Oh,
I'm getting bullied by a 7-year-old.
hey.
The younger they are, the
that's
more
how you-
brutal they are.
listen.
It's true.
Yeah, listen. They don't understand the joys and the simple pains of, what a nat one can do to a person. They just see, oh, well, I don't want that. You can have it. It's a mean game of tag, you're it.
This is yours now. Enjoy.
I'm like, but I don't want it. And she's like, I insist. I'm
Yeah,
like, but, and she's like, I think she even looked at me. She's like, normally you could do whatever you want, but the book says this. I'm like, yeah.
But think about it like this: you've promoted her reading. Look how much you've assisted her.
I know. The problem is I goaded her into doing it too, and that's the problem. Because she also one other week had a natural 20. She didn't need it. She rolled 3 other natural 20s, and the moment she rolled I'm like, "Hi, you missed them." She's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, fine. Sorry.
That's kind of your fault for letting her be something that would break the game that hard.
Listen, unfortunately, she was a very shy, quiet girl, chose this class, and now she talks a lot more and makes fun of me the whole time. You know what? I'm okay with it.
You did good.
Look,
So sweet.
She has fun. I have fun. Last session, she literally blew up a frog. It happens.
Good character building stuff.
There you go.
Remember,
her teammate was doing something dumb.
Therapy.
No, I didn't. Her teammate was doing something dumb, and then I go, "All right, it's your turn in the initiative. What do you want to do?" She's like, "I want to watch." And I go, "Wait, why?" And she looks at me, looks at him, and goes, "He needs to learn."
Oh, she's going up just fine.
Oh god, she's gonna end up. Yeah, she's gonna be chaotic evil in the next campaign.
Yeah, her first adult campaign, she's gonna be like, oh, the younglings. She's gonna turn Anakin to like, what do we need the younglings for? That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna go.
Younglings? You mean portable sandbags?
Yeah, she's going to be the murder hobo, but she's never gonna have blood on her hands.
Yep.
She's
the
the
spider at the
making
center of the
everyone
web.
else kill people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's the catalyst for sure. They'll be like, wait, we didn't mean to kill this guy. I'd be like, are you sure? I think you did.
I meant for you to kill that guy.
It's like, you may not have wanted to kill him, but I needed him dead. So thank you.
That's gonna be my kid in another couple years.
You've accepted it. You're just like, yeah.
Accepted it. I'm fostering it. I was talking to Okami earlier.
Be one with the chaos. Embrace it.
Okami asked me earlier, we were talking about something, he was like, I always picture, like, people like you just, like, having, all as kids, just, like, being, like, Disney princesses, like, living in the woods, having a lot of animal friends, and not talking to people, and I was like, I mean, I would take issue with that, but I did just spend vacation with her having a drawn-out conversation with a mockingbird in a tree. But she was only talking to it because it was initially imitating a crow. So she thought she was talking to a crow. And when she found out it was a mockingbird, she started snubbing it.
She's gonna be a warlock in her first campaign.
Yep.
I want you to know that right now. She's gonna be a warlock in her first campaign.
The first words my child will bequeath to me will not be mom or dad. It will be get good.
I'm pretty sure natural 20 is going to be very hard to say, but like I'm hoping my hypothetical child in another alternate universe, that's their first natural 20.
I need mine to be like roll initiative.
Oh my god, that's such perfect first words too.
Yeah, it is.
Roll initiative. I'd be like, you little.
You hear like boss music playing in the background all of a sudden. Wait, what?
Yep.
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah.
You hear it in the delivery room, and then the
Doom
sudden.
song.
Dude, if I hear the Doom song in the delivery room, I'm running.
Yeah.
So in our Thursday campaign, that's the battle theme that we usually use. The only thing they fear is us. And it became a thing so many games ago, and it's become this like running joke that when it comes on, we just like, oh, it's the track. Oh, okay. Yeah, we know combat's coming. Yeah, play the track. Just play the fucking track. It's
And the occasional time he actually catches us off guard.
Oh yeah. Every once in a while he'll like slide the track and he'll be like, you know what, guys? You guys walk in this room and bam, you're on there. I'll be like, what the hell? Wait a minute.
I was not prepared for this.
I was playing through Doom Dark Ages the other day, and I heard the track in the background. I'm like, no. I had to pause and take a breath.
PTSD built in.
It literally has traumatized me, and I don't know how to feel.
You got this. DT in our campaign, he's our ranger. When he's winning the battle, like it's just him doing all the damage because everyone's either knocked out or running around like they're like chickens with their heads cut off. He'll play that track, and so I was like, how do I turn this on them? And when they met, like, I'm gonna consider him like a general in the army that they're fighting against currently. I played the track instead of him, and he was like, he looked at his phone and then he goes, oh no.
Yeah,
You're like,
no,
yes.
sometimes you have to turn that on people. Sometimes you have to turn their theme music on them. Like oh no, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, like you have to sometimes turn your player's best advantage on their against them, but I think when you turn the Doom track against somebody, you've inflicted critical damage. Like there's
a special place in hell for you.
Yeah.
No, you don't just play the track. You experience a catharsis. you undergo a Cronenberg level like metaphor. It's rough, okay? It just gets rough on you after a while. Just next time you're facing a boss in a game, play that song and just see if it doesn't amplify your experience by at least 15%. I guarantee it.
It's nice.
Yeah, I'm currently curating a track for a Star Wars campaign I'm creating.
Ooh.
And I have already found the track.
Oh Lord.
Nothing like some good Mongolian metal to get us in the mood.
Oh, that'll do it. Yep. I was just assuming it was going to be jizz, but
No, that's the generic exploration theme / party music.
Okay, if you didn't know, jizz also means something disgusting. But in Star Wars terms, the cantina music's
Oh,
genre is
oh.
jizz.
Oh, so that's how you wanted to go with that one. Interesting. Interesting. I was wondering which way you were going. I see you went left, right, up, down, BA select start on me. Kudos. Kudos, you got me there.
I do what I can. You know what else? You might even say I might have an aura of malfunction, as if I am also a wizard school dropout.
Oh snap!
Ooh, I like that segue back.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah.
name
I was
drop.
like, how can I make this weird, and not in the Pete Holmes way, but maybe one day. You never know.
No.
At 6th level, your poor magical luck spreads to other creatures and objects around you. Whenever a creature casts a spell within sight of you, you can use your reaction to force them to make an intelligence saving throw. On a fail, I'm going to assume they don't mean like your 1 versus 20.
Your friends.
I'm going to assume they mean your regular spell save DC. But on a fail, a fumble from the magical mishaps table activates for them. Alternatively, you can target a potion or magic item as a bonus action, making them unstable. And it's just stuff that you can see. If it's a potion, you roll a d4 each round. On a 1, or if the potion is destroyed, the potion explodes, dealing 2d8 acid damage and 1d10 fire damage to each creature within a 10-foot radius. For magic items, anytime the item is triggered, it deals 2d10 lightning damage to the user, but a creature can use its action to stabilize the targeted object. You can do this a number of times per day, equal to your proficiency bonus. So you can just look at someone's wand of pyrotechnics and be like, oh, you are in fact going to see a show. And they'll be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right in their own face.
Imagine being the DM trying to explain, like, he walks in and it's like this shining great axe, and it's just like, that is a nice axe, and you're like, no. Like, wait.
Yeah, you turn into the Punisher. Wait.
You instantly John Bernthal as you realize what your player's about to do. Nothing will John Bernthal a DM or a GM faster than watching their player figure out what breaks the game. Nothing. I am afraid. In fact, you know what? That's an ability I'm guessing your resident bard would have. Just to be like,
yeah.
That is a really nice sword you have there. Like, wait.
I like it.
Why? Like, what? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Why do you like my sword?
Please don't look at my stuff. Don't think about my stuff. Don't.
I know. Just don't look.
No.
All your players from then on, like anytime they take out anything, they like have to hide it under their cloak or something. Like, don't you look at this? No. You close your eyes.
This is possibly. This is a very good wizard.
Yeah.
Fuck up. They just spend their ineptitude to everything around them.
I was thinking this feels like
they're listen. This is gonna be controversial. This wizard subclass is basically just a cat. You give the zoomies to other shit.
It's true, actually. It's horrible. It's true.
It's got about the same moral on this.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean the severe lack thereof? Absolutely.
Yes.
As an owner of 2 cats, as a father of 2 cats, I wholeheartedly look at them both and just go, you're just happy I come back to the door. That's all.
Yeah, it's like, that's a nice sword you have there. It'd be a shame if it got excited.
Like, man, it's like, I'm gonna swing my sword. I really think you should.
over and over and over until I get bored.
Yeah, if it has an
That might be in
effect
5
that
seconds, that
triggers-
might be in 5 days.
if it has an effect that triggers
You
every
start
time.
walking down the road with them. It's just like, just keep swinging, just keep swinging, just keep swinging, swinging, swinging. You start taunting them as you walk them down the road.
That's a lot of damage, but also, like, they're not gonna blow themselves up because they're gonna die. They
A lot
don't
of
have a lot of
damage.
life.
Sorry,
This
you said
class
that's
feels
a lot
like
of
a
damage.
very-
I just thought it's flex bait.
This class just feels like a very controlled and targeted wild magic table.
Yeah.
It's
You literally just
wild
point at
magic.
somebody. You just point at somebody like, "No, Fire Lord Ozai, you're not wearing pants." It just doesn't work.
Oh, no, you know what this is? It's wild magic for people who can read.
I have to say, as
This is what-
I played a wild magic sorcerer once, and my greatest aggravation was how infrequently it goes off.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you play a wild magic sorcerer, you want random crap to happen. That's the point.
Yeah.
And then it's like the only
Yeah,
time you
that's
don't
the
roll in that
entire
one.
beauty of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had built in a game, actually, DM Speedies, in which my barbarian was had a 1 level of wild magic sorcerer,
Mhm.
but only because his ancestor had consumed the wild magic sorcerer in his world. So I worked with him to get to that, because he had this area that was like an arena where all the strongest people fought.
Mhm.
My character's ancestor lived in that, worked in that arena, and in turn was fed all of the scraps because he was a bugbear. He was a
Mhm.
bugbear barbarian. He was fed all of the losers. And since he was just like, oh, free food, whatever, we worked out that he ended up consuming a wild magic sorcerer that lost in the arena.
That's
And somehow
fabulous.
that sorcerer, over time, finally found a way to work its way back into it. And my character had a level of wild magic sorcery before learning that and getting sent to like a magic school and learning that he can't read. So they won't teach him spells because
So what you're
he's a
telling me,
savant
this
that can't
class is
read.
just Naj making a comeback.
Yeah, this is Naj. This is Naj. This is Naj if he had actually gotten through day 1 of class.
An early dropout. Like, just got to the dorms and dropped out.
And he didn't even get through orientation.
Oh.
My man
He's
got
like,
a
"And send this."
brochure and they took his pencils.
Oh.
They're
Aw,
like, give us back the complimentary pencil.
poor guy.
That's for people who have a
No,
chance.
not poor guy.
No.
He sneezed several of my NPCs to death.
I did. We worked out that I could cast wild magic when I sneezed because I just had no control over the magic. But what he didn't realize when he agreed to it was that I was willing to bake into my character that he was well aware that he casts wild magic when he sneezes. So I would purposely rub my nose on my fur and stay mangy so I
Ooh.
could trigger a sneeze on the accidental incoming. Like, oh, we're having some trouble. Rub my nose against my shoulder and see if I can trigger a sneeze. Yeah, he would let me roll for it. It was so much fun. That was a good
I
time.
like that.
Don't ever let your players trigger sneezes. Don't let them build a sneeze mechanic into their character.
I was thinking it would happen when you sneezed in real life, and then I was like, oh, that's bad because I sneeze like 13 times in a row every time. If I'm sneezing,
Oh my God.
everything is going
Man.
off.
Then it's one event, like
Yeah.
one set.
Yeah, I'd be like, give me 13 D100 rolls in a row.
He was just like, ah.
every every time I had to roll on the Wild Magic Sorcerer table, I think I rolled 3 times on it with this sorceress, and 2 out of the 3 times I got the same thing, which was where you gain a language and lose a language.
Oh.
So, yeah, so I ended up not being able to speak any of my native tongues.
Mr. DM Okami,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
if you would like something funny to look at for a brief intermission, I have posted the actual Wild Magic table that DM Shin created for Dodge the Backwards.
I think didn't we look at this?
I think we did for the show and tell. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We looked at my custom made.
I completely forgot you had
Magic.
YouTube links for when they had audio cues.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I did. I went in. I took apart a standard wild magic table and I figured out the probability of good effects, bad effects, and completely just nonsensical effects, which are the bulk of the wild magic table, which is what makes it so much fun. And I kind of wanted to keep that feeling of just some weird stuff is gonna happen, and so I just made sure strange things happen. Wild magic should be fun and not always game breaking.
Yeah, like even on the community verdant table for mutations, like the vast majority of them is just weird stuff. It doesn't have any effect on the game unless you want it to, but it's weird stuff. Like your hair just shapes itself into a mohawk, or you have one fingernail that grows exceptionally long to the point that it curves in on itself.
That one in particular, I'm not a fan of. Just something about that. I don't like it. Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna veto that.
I just want to highlight one of them particularly, is just the caster and one other random target lock eyes and are compelled to walk towards one another for 1d4 rounds or until they are within melee range. Targets do not provoke opportunity attacks, but upon entering melee range, proceed to grab each other's forearm in greeting.
Listen, Dylan, son of a bitch. Alright, I really love Predator. Okay, it's a great movie. It's a great movie, and that's a great scene. Okay, I just felt like you want a random moment, just reference Predator.
I just
I
had
wanna
the
reference
realization that when that happens in Fullmetal Alchemist, it's a reference to Predator.
Yeah, it's a complete Predator reference because he's a huge Predator fan. That's what Armstrong's based off of, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
The more you know.
The
But you know
more
what else you might know?
Ding.
If you manage to study and cram. Because beginning at the 10th level, I know, we find a way to segue back.
Yeah, we're getting better at this. Don't
Beginning
worry.
at the 10th level, and after each long rest, you can choose a school of magic to put extra effort and focus into. Whenever you cast a spell from this school, you treat a 19 as a flourish as well as a 20, and can intentionally trigger a mishap of your choice from this school once per day. Additionally, your years of cramming information allows you to have an additional number of spells prepared from this school equal to your wizard level divided by 5, rounded down. That could be kind of potent.
So
that's automatically 2 spells prepared.
For this particular ability, the people on this particular Reddit thread were like, "Yo, I don't want to do extra math for a class that already has extra math. So maybe could you just put that like a set number?" And then someone was like, "Why don't you just tie it to proficiency bonus so it'll be exactly the same number as whatever your I'm gonna blow up my friend's stuff in their hands is." And they were
That's
like,
actually
That's a
smart.
pretty good point.
that makes sense. So you don't have to keep it this way if you don't want to. Another suggestion would be proficiency bonus.
I'm always down for good proficiency bonus. But I will say that that's actually kind of cool to give people additional prepared spells, because I do think that one of the downsides, not that it was much better when not that they really did a great job of it either, but when Japan converted D&D into the Record of Lodoss War, and then Sword World, and eventually Wizardry for all of our American, what we know as the JRPG system. They invented the idea of spells going back to using a similar like spell slot method, but you got a lot more the higher you went. And I feel like there was always ways to get even more spell slots. I think we kind of missed that here, because I don't think there was enough ways for people to cast magic. Granted, cantrips are kind of game breaking in their own right. Specifically, one specific cantrip that specifically destroys the bulk of D&D as a whole. You know, good old Eldritch Blast.
Good stuff. But I also feel like Wizards specifically, I think you have a perfect example of how to run this correctly in Cardna, where there are different books and you could equip a different book if you happen to have more than one. Like, the idea is that your wizard has different spell books with different stuff in them, so they would take a different book with them. But I'm gonna say probably 87% of players are only using one spell book. Like, they could totally get another one and put different spells in it to prepare different stuff, but nobody plays a wizard like that.
But I think you should, in a way, because I think you should have it that, oh, okay, I need to call on a certain specialty for this situation. Okay, I'm going, because why would a wizard, if you're playing a wizard, you won't prepare fireball going into a volcano, right?
Yeah.
So why should you expect, so you just wouldn't bring a fire tome or spell book with you to the fire location? You know what I mean? I feel like it's just that simple. You wouldn't prepare fireball. You wouldn't prepare burning hands. You would just prepare all the other stuff, or you would take a tome of ice. Why not just make it that's what you've written in your spell book? You have a separate spell book for just those spells. I think that's a cool idea, because it also says that if I blow up your spell book, which spell book did I get? You don't lose everything now.
Or like, if you happen to go into the volcano and you have that ice tome, maybe someone's going to make you get electrocuted every time you try to take out your ice tome. Should I take out another book instead?
There you go. But also, we always forget that you can target a wizard spell book. It's kind of mean, but in older D&D, that's actually what you wanted to do. Quite honestly, like, when you fought wizards, because of the power of magic and like AD&D, BECME, Rule Cyclopedia, and like some of those older systems, you wanted to target the wizard spell book, because destroying their spell book stopped spell casting, which meant you had a chance to live.
Yeah.
Like, that was your only way to stay alive at that point. Yeah. So, blow up the spell books. But to the point of this, I think it's cool that you can gain more spells. And because you're a dropout, I feel like it makes you very, like, idiot savant, I guess you could almost call it in ways. Like,
yeah,
you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but you're actually quite brilliant if you just applied yourself.
Okay. DM Lacara, can you take the last one? Because I'm pretty sure you're the one who suggested that's the summon, that this dropout accidentally summoned that creature. Oh, he for sure did.
Oh dear. Is that Master of Misfortune?
Yeah. I think you got it.
At 14th level, if you're knocked unconscious or killed, you can use your reaction to cast a spell of 5th level or lower. That is a pretty high spell. If the spell requires concentration, its effects instead linger for the full duration, but summoned creatures and effects with actions or movement act on their own will, being hostile to any creature other than yourself that enters within 20 feet of you. Spells with an area of effect are cast centered on yourself, and after using this ability, you must wait 1d4 days before doing so again. Oh yeah, so this idiot in the picture knocked something off the shelf and hit himself in the head. On the way down, he accidentally summoned that monster, and then his poor other apprentices are trying to keep it out, woke him up. He can't dismiss it and is now trying to concoct something to fix it.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because unfortunately,
Yeah.
I find this ability to be slightly what's it called?
OP?
I feel it very wrong that they make you wait 1d4 days to cast this spell after you die. That's just wrong.
No. After using the ability, you have to wait 1d4 days before using it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What if I'm dead?
Good luck.
mean, yeah, you did pretty well.
In 1d3 days, I cast Resurrection on myself.
Oh.
Mind you, it says cast a spell. It does not say it has to be a wizard spell.
Interesting.
I will cast what I damn well please.
Interesting.
I get, in truth, that is kind of how you, if you don't explicitly say something, technically it's free game in D&D.
This is
That's
rules
kind of why they've
as
made so
written,
many
not
patchable
rules as intended.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
hear me out.
technically-
You make a table, or not a table. You make like a roulette wheel that has the exact
table?
number of spells you're
So a
running
table.
in the entire game, and you tell it to go. That's the spell that gets cast.
Oh god.
I like a table. Good old table. Good old /R. RD.
There's so many ways this can go wrong.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's gonna go terribly
That's
wrong.
the
And I'm
fun.
for it.
Alright, hold on. I'm filtering
Like,
out
as your
all the
brain's-
spells by 5th level right now, so what can we do here?
As your brain is like entering that hallucinogenic state right before unconsciousness or death, it's like, oh, that one spell that I heard about that time. And that's what goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called again? Oh yeah, like insect plague. Yeah. Oh, what? A plague of what?
I would like to state for the DM Roundtable that Reincarnate is a 5th level spell.
I think that's a winner.
And then say you're this character, right? And this Reincarnate works way too well with Master of Misfortune because your DM rolls a D100 just to see when you touch the body, it just becomes something else.
Listen, I might come back as a stink bug or a dragon.
Listen, you could mass cure wounds, raise dead, planar binding.
Ooh, hear me out. If you die and cast Raise Dead, do you raise yourself? Who's in control?
Oh my god, you insta-lich yourself? You're just like, I'm dying, psych!
Jesus Christ.
Your crew stops for a long rest later, and they're like, oh, do you want a snack? And you're like, okay. And you just start chewing on one of your compatriots.
This is like this is like the wizarding version of the Nobel Prize. This is all the stories of like, and this great wizard died, and at their dying breath they created, this magic gem or this incredible weapon or whatever. No, they weren't.
Mhm.
It was the moron that nobody liked that accidentally cast a spell when they got knocked out. They just had to make it sound cool afterwards.
This is exactly how it goes too. This is what I love about it. Like there's nothing tactical, there's nothing real tasteful about this. It was completely by accident.
Yep. And then we made up a cool
It was the
story
most
afterwards.
janky- Exactly.
It was a
the
series
most
of
janky
unfortunate
damn
events.
thing.
Mm-hmm. This is the series of unfortunate events. Okay, so speaking of the series of unfortunate events, the second page for this is your mishaps table. So it's got your fervor versions and your fumble versions. Who
Oh, this
wants
should
to
be good.
take?
Why don't we each take a school? Why don't we each
Okay.
take a school? Let's see, how many schools are there? 1, 2,
Oh, hell yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6,
There's
7. Oh,
8.
there's 8 schools. There's four of us. We each get 1.
Okay.
Or 2. Sorry, I can't math now.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. So, Kami, why don't you start us off?
All right. For abjuration, if you roll a 1 on that d20, your fumble is tiny shields project outward from your hands, forcing you to drop whatever it is you're holding until the start of your next turn. And then your flourish is you gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks until the start of your next turn. So like almost like a pretty cool little blade ward. I also just when I read, I've only read the first fumble. I haven't gone any further than that. But beforehand, I read the first fumble, and the tiny shields project outward just makes me think that it's not you're gonna drop whatever it is. You can't hold anything. Like
Throw
nothing
it.
can touch you. Like Gojo using the infinite void. Like, oh, it looks like our fingers are touching, but they're actually not. You're just pushing everything away. And I was like, that could be so
solid.
fun to role play.
That actually would be kind of fun to role play. Don't give me ideas.
So for conjuration,
Always give him ideas.
your fumble is 1d4 plus 2 pixies appear as a group in an unoccupied space next to you. The pixies are not hostile, but will attempt to hinder you through pranks such as stealing components or tying your bootlaces together. The pixies last until the end of the next round and take their turn directly after yours.
At least it's after yours.
True. And then your flourish is you summon a swarm of insects to an empty space within 20 feet of you, which attacks the nearest hostile creature. The swarm lasts until the end of the next round and takes its turn directly after yours. This is how you become the campus pariah. Just accidentally swarms of insects attacking people.
Oops, summoned some insects again. Sorry, guys. My bad, guys. Actually, just spawned a whole, accidental swarm of insects here. You guys will be all right, though, right? Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh God, imagine being this wizard's roommate. But like, you're not a wizard.
Worst fucking roommate.
Like you live in the inn with this guy, and then all of a sudden, like, the ground just explodes. And you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
He's like, oops, sorry guys. Accidentally blew up the ground. You know how it goes.
No, I don't.
It's like, where is our house?
Well, you see, a goat man went into the forest by himself and found some pixies.
So remember how you said you wanted to move?
You didn't specify where or how.
Or when.
Exactly.
And it's now.
Or when.
Well, if you happen to get a mishap of the divination school, a fumble you see a vision of yourself dying horribly, unsettling you, and giving you disadvantage on your next roll.
If you don't put
But on
that
a
shit in
flourish-
Cardna, I swear to God.
I will find a way. I will find a way. I will find a way. I
It
promise.
just sounds like a Final Destination, but you get to know how it happens.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. However, if you happen to gain a flourish, you gain an advantageous glimpse of the future, giving you advantage on your next roll. Pretty straightforward, but that's kind of the way I prefer it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like nothing too crazy. Straightforward.
I do wish the flourish had more of a role play thing to it. Like the fumble, you get to narrate and really upset your player, but like then the flourish is like, yeah, right.
No, I mean, think of it as the flourish as like you're that one dude from an anime who just pushes his glasses up and you see
up,
the
Dex?
glint and then just shit
Hey,
just
Awaz.
starts working.
Wait, okay. Awaz, the reason I wanted you to be here is because
Oh boy.
something's about to I was gonna I was gonna put the Pokemon evolution theme on. But I didn't. So bum 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 bum. It doesn't show anything. No, I thought it was gonna show something. Now, okay, type and it will show something because you have a sword now.
Who has a sword?
Huh?
Oh, Awaz has a sword.
Aeon has a sword?
Why does she have a sword?
Because she's a mod now.
Oh, nice.
Do we have her sword?
She does have
My
a sword.
axe.
And my bow?
Oh, shit.
Can I change my mod icons?
DM
You know,
Lacara has
I
the
don't.
bow.
I don't
I'm
know if
bringing the
that's a thing.
harmonica.
I don't have a sword.
You don't have a sword. Well, that's about to change too.
Listen, I'd happily take another sword for my collection.
Can I have 2 knives? I prefer 2 knives.
I'm thinking. I think I can change those. What?
Wow.
Oh,
What? Dex! What's happening?
Dang. Thank you,
I'm gonna
Dex.
cry.
Wild man. Thank you, Dex.
Dex!
Thanks,
You didn't
Dex.
have to
Shout
do
out to
that.
you, Dex.
Oh, shout out to
Shout out
Dex!
to you for being a
Oh,
dope,
today's a
dope
good
bard,
day.
definitely a dope watcher. We love you out
Thanks,
there, Dex.
man.
This is what the roundtable's all about, folks. Making
Yep.
Okami cry.
I love you guys.
Live.
It's secretly all about making Okami cry. Right? We look for more and more clever ways to remind Okami that we appreciate the dope ass content that he produces, from various looks into little fighting games from here and there to checking out and providing you insight on some cool tabletops, unboxings. Check out his own fairy tales on his other channel. You can check out all of his cool content here now with his own solo supplemental series that he's come up with, and all the other cool things. You might even see some of us pop up in other videos. I've frequently appeared as a disembodied voice in a couple of videos in the past. So check it all out. We're happy to be able to have people celebrate him, and we're happy to be here to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Just like
I don't
we're happy
have
to tell you.
I don't have the crying emote on Twitch.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
Listen, we couldn't have divined that happening, but he got hit with an enchantment spell. If you could read that as well. Follow the mood.
Absolutely. Because if you fumble your enchantment, all creatures within sight of you make a wisdom saving throw. On fail, hostile creatures can only target you. It's on sight.
Shit.
If you fail, it's on sight.
Holy shit.
Friendly or neutral creatures then also gain a slight distaste towards you, giving a disadvantage. So nobody literally the Big Sean song "I Don't Fuck With You" starts playing in the background.
Nah, bro, it's the
Everywhere
fucking
you
JoJo
go.
meme where they just start beating the shit out of one guy.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. If you're getting jumped by like a bunch of NPCs and like a shopkeep, like there's that one guy at the cafe like sipping tea, full JoJo me, and he's just like, he starts kicking the ever living shit out of you. You absolutely are getting dogpiled by the town, Granny included. I think I need to work this in. I need to work this into everything.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this is amazing.
However,
That's
if
fucking
you flourish,
hilarious.
if
The
you
flourish is almost worse.
all creatures with inside of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall deeply in love with you.
Oh no.
While in love, you have advantage. No. You don't want this in my campaign because they're in love with you. All of them simultaneously at once. And they do not believe that the rest of the people in love with you love you as much as they love you. Good luck. Good luck when jealousy spurs.
God.
Listen, bro, we were on the couch and all of his necrotic minions were around it.
Oh.
If you understand that reference, you're a degenerate and seek help.
Oh my
Plunge
God.
head into Demi playing with sludge for 5 minutes. And apply head on directly to the forehead. But I have to say, if you're feeling destructive, DM Lacara, why don't you take the School of Evocation?
I love how you selected that one for me.
we just understood the assignment, and also they wanted me to read necromancy because they know me.
It's true.
It actually works out twofold.
Evocation. You take 1d10 damage of whatever type the spell is. For non-damaging spells, you take a relevant damage type, such as a necrotic, from casting darkness. I love this. This is what happens when you just slightly misplace the starting point of an AoE spell and catch yourself in it.
Mm-hmm.
That is basically
My
what this
toe
is.
in it.
Yeah. However,
I got everything, including your big toe. No.
However, if you do it so good, you get the flourish, which is dealing an additional 1d10 of damage of whatever type the spell is against a creature of your choice. That sentence has issues and needs to see the grammar doctor.
I'm sorry. It's the speed at which you're just like, I heard your brain go, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. I don't like it.
That needs some surgical intervention in the form of rearrangement and commas. For non-damaging spells, you deal a relevant damage type. Oh, that one doesn't even have a period. Alright, we're in a good place.
Whoever wrote this document just did the flourish against your brain.
Literally.
I was known in childhood for being the wielder of the red pen. I have not changed.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on to illusion. Okay, so if you puke on your shoes, you have a visual... that might actually be what happens here. A visual and audible representation of one of your most embarrassing memories or thoughts appears in an empty space within 30 feet of you until the end of your next turn.
My God.
The illusion emits sound to a range of 20 feet.
Bro, the entire moment that he pissed his jorts is going to be audible.
While you're trying to, like, hide from...
The moment you trusted a fart in school.
No, at your prom date, in the middle of your prom picture, you had the wettest fart, and you've never forgotten. You're like, it's just a fart. It'll be fine. You were wearing a white prom suit.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I love
Not
that it's specifically illusions. So this is like you are trying to set up like the thing to keep you guys safe from whatever's about to kick down the door in the room.
Oh yeah.
All of your cringy one-liners are displayed for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
Oh god, your
Yeah, 'cause
collection of like what are they? Pufferfish. So when everyone's doing the pufferfish lips on Facebook and social media, it's just a collection of all of your photos and leaked selfies that you never meant to post anywhere.
But it's also your embarrassing thoughts, so it's like the time that you spent brainstorming the pickup lines for the barmaid in town.
Oh
all of all the worst things you can think of. However,
Oh no.
oh, this flourish is so boring. You get invisibility for one turn. Minor invisibility for one turn.
I want screaming puke.
I really want to scream puke. Like, what's going on? I feel
I
robbed.
want- If you cast like the best illusion spell ever, I want it to be like what the hell do you call it, the super special like 3D movie thing
IMAX?
showing?
Oh,
Yeah,
like
IMAX, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this had better be freaking magic IMAX. To
Yeah.
move and have sound, and like I want them to take damage from the illusion.
Like,
Oh, you'll be taking
need
damage
someone
from
to put something in
the
front of
the
me.
fumble.
I need someone to like put this in front of me and treat it like a scratch and sniff. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm with you there.
Listen,
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I completely agree with you, but I'm just enjoying the dichotomy of minor invisibility and everyone in an intense, heated combat scenario with like Tiamat or a Lich, and you just have to see an image displayed for everyone of when you waved to someone who was waving to someone behind you.
You know, in a way,
You might
depending
get
on
scared.
how embarrassing it is, it might actually work in your favor.
Exactly.
And also having
It
a
does.
totally perfect double of you appear in the space next to you, there are spells that do that.
It's true.
Hence the
It's
Master
true.
of Misfortune.
That is a mastermind trick, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be? The two daughters, not the guy. The two daughters, they're always fighting for no reason.
Oh my god. I know what you're talking. I hate it.
That's amazing.
Uh,
As for necromancy here,
Oh yes.
the hands of the nearest corpse detach and attack you until the end of your next turn. Once this effect activates, you must succeed on a DC 15 saving throw or become frightened of the hands. The hands take their turns directly after yours and use the stats of Crawling Claws.
That's
0 out
amazing.
of 10, worst hand job I've ever seen.
Okay, it doesn't say
I'm
that
just
the hands.
imagining-
Oh, until the end of your next turn. What if the nearest corpse is like miles away, though?
That's the thing, it's
It
the
was
nearest
just-
corpse.
Two hands are just hard. No, but that means if you get into combat at any point in time, the moment that corpse drops, the hands just pop off. And it's just like, hey, what's up?
Dude,
Where are you
oh,
going?
it literally, Dex is right. It's the hands that Shigaraki uses.
Oh,
Literally,
100%.
you'll just out of nowhere hear the fucking Doom
Oh, yeah.
music, and then just some two hands just like Super Mario or Super Smash Bros. Melee wave dash up to you, and you're fucked.
So it would be. I was gonna say it's Master and Crazy Hand. They just drop out the sky. You just hear, and you're like, wait, what?
And you're just like,
trying
what?
out your own Final Destination. You better know how to wave that.
Bro, you're on Final Destination. You forgot your items at home.
Oh yeah, there's no items on. What are you?
the
Scroll.
worst handy you'll ever receive.
Damn it! I already made that joke.
Flat
This is
handed.
for your-
Unhappy ending.
For your flourish, rotting roots and arms emerge from the ground, wrapping around the feet of each hostile creature within 20 feet, forcing them to make a strength saving throw or be grappled until the end of your next turn. So one is existential horror, and the other is you're a druid.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
no,
isn't there a spell that does that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
minus the hands.
There's a number of spells that do similar effects too. That one's a wee bit underwhelming. I would imagine
Now-
like the hands of the dead like reach out and start swinging and like
I'm
scratch at
unfortunately-
anything in like an area.
Wait, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for the fumble.
I'm hearing. I'm hearing. I'm listening.
All right, hear
I'm
me out.
hearing- Hear us out.
You can. It says corpse, correct?
Uh-huh.
What if you're fighting an undead knight or something, and you just fumble this, and his hands just detach with whatever they had in it? Now he's defenseless.
Oh. It's true if they're undead. Oh. I was thinking when you started
The
saying it, I
lich
was
he
like,
loses his hands, and now he can't cast magic.
I was like, what if it's a tiny creature or like a gargantuan creature?
It's like getting a handy from Tinkerbell or Thanos.
Choose your poison.
Choose your poison. That's interesting. And then, transmutation. You get polymorphed into a frog until the start of your next turn.
That's just. I'm sorry. You try to cast like bark armor, accidentally fuck up, and you just or oak skin or something like that, like old school like protection for yourself, and you just go. Whoop, you're just a frog.
Your feet
Dex, we're
pop
not-
off? Oh no.
Nah, Dex, we're not feet supremacists here.
Good night.
And then otherwise, the nearest hostile creature must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be polymorphed into a frog until the start of. I like how they get to have a save and you're just, I'm a frog.
You already failed the
Congratulations on
save.
frog life.
You already failed to save. Why must I fail again?
Like we've done this song and dance already. You're done. You're done.
All right, I know like the polymorph will. Now again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if polymorph only affects the target? Correct.
Mhm.
What if you just like bear hug somebody, have this shit go off, and you both turn into a frog?
Ooh.
I feel like it.
Frog
I
by
feel like
association.
you would both. No, I feel like you guys would be conjoined frog parts where your bodies were touching.
So essentially, you're
So,
like the
like-
Full Metal Alchemist episode that we all know
No.
about and hate.
No, more like if you grabbed and like locked arms with your enemy, like in like a standoff, like if you were like wrestling and you saw like they always would grapple, it would just be like frog body on one set of arms and then a frog's legs and ass on the other, and you guys would just be stuck together like that with a half-formed frog stuck between you. I would make it work.
If you connect enough frogs, do you
I'd be
just
like
make a
a-
lizard?
No.
Maybe. I'm thinking.
but if you raise a goldfish, you get a dragon.
Ooh.
Yes.
You made me think of back in the day, Cable and Deadpool. They were stuck together for a little while, and when Cable teleports using his satellite system, he says "body slide by" and he gives a number. And for like 4 years in the comics, Deadpool would say "body slide by 1," but because they had shared blood, it would teleport the both of them into the same spot, and like Deadpool would be growing out of Cable, and he'd be like, "Stop doing that!"
Fellas, I will momentarily come back. I have to pick up my food.
Hello.
I shall return.
Ogies. But that was the Wizard School Dropout, which, okay, like, we're not, okay.
It could use some work.
It could use some work. We're at the roundtable, we don't hate on people for, like, spelling and grammatical errors, because lots of this stuff, like, nobody's got a professional editor.
Hell no.
But,
Cost
like,
money.
sometimes you could take a, second pass. Sometimes. You can go in twice.
We'll look over.
Just
Oh, look,
a little look over. Other than that, though, I think I'm totally okay. I'm gonna put this in. I know that there's a lot of damage for that messing up people's potions and stuff, but like, that's fine. How often is that really gonna happen?
True.
So it's going in the repository, man.
I think there's definitely cool parts of this to pull apart and put into things. Definitely some cool ideas to work with.
Yes,
And some stuff to play around with, I think. Definitely, maybe some of the fumbling has certain effects for certain things in my own game. So it's
Ooh.
cool ideas. Definitely cool ideas. I just think that certain things could use some polish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely, in the repository, I'm going to leave a note to definitely, for study and cram, to use proficiency bonus. But there's other stuff. Clearly, we're going to be like, okay, gonna work on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I spelled dropout wrong. See, but I saw that I messed it up and then went back. You too can do that.
Growth?
Iwas makes a really good point. It's basically Rincewind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boink.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a thank you, Awaz.
Right?
10
It's
points,
like that makes
10
so much
points to
sense.
Awaz just for first off making a Discworld reference. Just thank you.
20 points. Awaz also suggested those hands that are coming off a corpse are just going to be Ash's hands, from Ash's evil hand from I almost said Left 4 Dead. No, Evil Dead.
That makes the ground and the tree roots even more frightening.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like it.
This is also how you can make Undead Knight Ash. The corpse's hands popped off and it got replaced with not one but 2 chainsaws. And all he wants is more body so that he can have hands. Just grow a whole new body for hands. That's his Death Knight thing. I need your hands. Oh, I just made him Carl from Llamas with Hats. I just realized.
Llamas with hats?
Yes, it was.
It was an internet series way back in the day where there are these 2 llamas that hang out and they speak, but they're like not anthropomorphic. They're just llamas, but they're talking to each other. And one of them is named Carl, and he's an absolute psychopath. And one of the things he says is, "My tummy had the rumblies that only hands can satisfy." And he does cut off people's hands and eat them.
It's deranged. It's like Charlie the Unicorn levels of deranged.
It's almost like that Carl is like the full evolution of the deer from Adventure Time.
I have returned. What the hell did I just come back to?
Carl!
But Carl, that kills people.
Yeah.
My
Look
stomach
what
has
you
the
missed
rumblies.
out
Carl.
on, DM Lacara. Actually, you and Grimjack are in the same boat. Every time I mention like old school internet things, Grimble will be like, "We didn't frequent the same websites."
You
Yeah.
didn't frequent YouTube?
But we do have one more subclass to look at today. I had said at the beginning of the stream that when we take a look at subclasses, the format that seems to be working the best for subclasses specifically has been one subclass that has something extra, and then one subclass that's just the straight up subclass. So Wizard School had that fumbles and I'm going to say fervors, but fumbles and flourishes table. So that's something extra. But the next thing we're going to look at is a monk subclass called Way of the Brawler. And this one comes from Gelcubicle, which I when I first like started getting into D&D and looking at stuff, I saw a lot of stuff from Gelcubicle. Ooh, huh? I didn't realize. Oh, because we're giving them human-like traits. Okay, okay. I got you. I got you.
That's
You're
fair.
correct. 100% correct.
That's fair.
Gelcubicle, I looked at a bunch of their stuff when I first started. So like I recognized their logo, and I was like, oh, cool, 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 cool. And then I was like, I wonder what else they've done. And unfortunately, you can see on this post, if you're on YouTube, you can drop the description. The link is already there. For those of you in DM Roundtable, boom, I'm going to send it to you. For those of you in Twitch, boop, I'm going to post it there, pin it for the next 30 minutes. As you can see here, they did have a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter, unfortunately, didn't reach its funding goal. And because of that, well, it was a big factor in it. Gelcubicle disbanded. It was like 4 or 5 people, and they were like, well, we can't make money, so we're done. And they like haven't posted anything since, which is a real bummer.
Oh.
I feel bad. But
Well, thank them anyway for giving us this to look at.
yeah,
You know, shout out to them.
I hope whatever your
putting
current
this together.
endeavors are, you're doing swimmingly amazing at them, okay?
Oh yeah.
I almost wrote in my notes, Gelcubicle time. Nope. Just because I said it doesn't mean that's what it is. Who wants to read Way of the Brawler? Because my brain doesn't work anymore.
I don't mind starting. Way of the Brawler. No brawler I've ever met has ever turned down a fight or an ale. I was never the worst for either. I don't know why they're all from Brooklyn.
No, I like it. I like it. Keep it going.
While most monks might hone their strength through isolation and careful introspection, those that follow the way of the Brawler train through underground brawls. I can't keep doing that. That hurts. Developing their technique through sheer muscle and moxie. Though their methods may be unorthodox, any who question their capability will soon learn of their indomitable prowess in hand-to-hand combat. Often brash and bullheaded, monks of this nature are unlikely to hold much respect for the more austere traditions. They may otherwise be indistinguishable from average town folks outside of a fight. To these monks, lessons learned in a bar fight are far more valuable than tutelage in some dusty old temple. If they don't have pocket sand.
All right, listen. When we get through reading this page, I think I've told Okami and Shin about it.
They don't have.
I have so many problems already.
Oh, listen. Wait, you'll have more problems with the story I'm going to tell about one of my famous characters from back in the day. I've told Shin and I've told Okami about it. I will not apologize for what I tell later.
Okay, Lacara, then maybe you want to read Sturdy. I'm scared.
Sturdy, 3rd level.
The deep seat inside. Oh no.
3rd level Way of the Brawler feature. You've developed a uniquely forceful style of combat, able to forego the traditional nimbleness of monks for a tougher direct approach. You can use your strength modifier instead of dexterity to determine your AC with your unarmored defense and the damage you reduce and attacks you make with your deflect missiles.
That's a thick monk. A real thick monk.
Did we need thick monk though?
This isn't a monk!
This is a fighter.
This is a fighter.
Yeah,
why is this? Yeah, why is this a monk?
It's a flavored fighter.
I fail to
it's
see.
It's a fighter that got free Tavern Brawler.
Yeah. This is. Yeah, seriously. There's even already a subtype for this. Why is this?
This is someone who wanted to play a fighter, but wanted to spec into rogue, but didn't feel like being either.
This is somebody who wanted to do a Western flavored Drunken Master, but without the Drunken Master.
No, wait.
Oh,
You're thinking about it all
that's
wrong. This is
sad.
someone who watched way too much Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why? But why
Yeah, no,
monk?
they're like, because Peaky Blinders is all about tradition. It's like the most.
Okay. Explain to me. There is nowhere on this page that uses wisdom.
They don't
Anywhere.
need
No,
wisdom. They have their
I was
fists.
looking at this.
But they're supposed to be monks.
They don't
Well,
like them
what
dusty
you're
old
saying-
temples.
Yeah, they specifically eschewed the temple.
Right. But like,
They just
okay,
said
if somebody,
the temple.
You could be street smart.
right, if somebody had made an argument for basically like a tavern keeper brawler,
Mhm.
Ooh,
like the idea of like the bartender knows all kind of thing.
It's a Durnan class. Just if you
Right.
ever played anything in Waterdeep, Durnan.
Nope.
Just
he's
Yeah,
like a
like then-
like a
Literally.
150-year-old human because he's gone down basically into hell and beat the shit out of everything.
You're not taking me. Right, something like that plays on the idea of like the bartender knows everything and has the like secrets to happiness and all that stuff. Like that I could have seen. Like as a monk flavor. This is just a Street Fighter.
yeah.
This is Armstrong
Yeah,
from
this
Full Metal.
guy.
Dun 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 dun.
Basically. No, but this is somebody who picked the urchin and literally tavern brawler on their fighter. I was just like, yeah, I want to throw hands with things.
Yeah.
So essentially, what
And
I'm
their DM
hearing,
was
no,
just like,
wait.
sure.
What I'm feeling here is it's not so much people wanted to play Ryu. This is the Ken subclass.
Yeah, kinda.
Not even. This is the Cody subclass.
This is the
You
M
just-
Bison.
All you do is
Oh, yeah, no, you're
you
right.
don't have
It's the
force.
Cody subclass. He could do all that cool shit, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah, he doesn't have any reason. He just pulls out a metal pipe and beats you across the fucking forehead. He's like, I could
Okay.
summon a whirlwind.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I could punch you in the head with a 2x4.
He's okay within the I'm gonna fill in DM Lacara on this, but within the context of Street Fighter and Final Fight, there's this guy who's so incredibly strong that when he throws a punch, it has the capacity to make a whirlwind. So you have all the other guys who like
Mhm.
throw fireballs and what have you, and he's like, I did something bad, so I let them take me to jail. So he's constantly wearing handcuffs until he becomes the mayor because he's such a nice guy. He's constantly wearing
But
handcuffs.
at one point, he breaks out of jail to stop crime.
Yeah, and then
And then
goes
he
back.
breaks out of jail another time because he's bored.
And like
Mhm.
he's so strong that he can punch and make a whirlwind, but instead, to even the odds, he just picks up rocks and throws them at people.
But he's the only character in all of Street Fighter. Mind you, these people he has the most dangerous ability in all of Street Fighter. Mind you, these people can like stretch their limbs, summon fire, turn into demons and fly and all sorts of stuff. He has a knife. When you start a round with him, you can go, he has a special input. You can press 2 buttons and the down button. He picks up the knife and his moveset changes and he just starts stabbing you. He just stabs you with the knife. And I'm like, he's the only real Street Fighter.
hmm
This man just stabs you with a knife and punches you and throws rocks.
Mhm.
That is more of a character than this subclass right now. I'm sorry. You know what? I take back all the kind words I said at the start of all this. This is probably a good reason as to why this didn't work. And that sounds terrible. But
Sounds like you just threw a haymaker at him.
it sure does. You
Well,
just hit
tell us all about
Gelcubicle with the haymaker.
why don't you tell us all about it, DM Speedy?
Let me finish this burger.
All right, I'll take this
little
one.
I got
comedy
you. Hold on. I got you.
Okay.
When you have an opening, you can throw an incredibly powerful strike. Once per turn, when you make an unarmed strike with advantage and hit, you deal extra damage equal to a roll of your martial arts die.
What? What?
So
They really did want to play
So-
rogue, but this doesn't work because monk's all about punching multiple times, but your advantage, if you're, I mean, sure, if someone's prone, you'll have advantage on every strike. But like if you have advantage, it's usually just for that first strike.
Yeah, but then again, it probably carries over into like the old 1-2.
True. You want to take the old 1-2
but
too?
wait,
It does say once per turn though, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, I'll do the old 1-2 as well.
but what about flurry of blows?
This is probably it.
That's so much
Your
better.
confidence swells alongside successive blows. Whenever you damage an unmarked creature with an unarmed strike or monk weapon, you can mark that creature until the start of your next turn. What are you, a fucking ranger?
Yeah, you have a little bit of every class.
Your next turn until you deal damage to it with an commas with an unarmed strike. You make unarmed strikes against creatures marked in this way with advantage. Okay, so basically you do the old 1-2 and
Wait.
haymaker somebody every tick, then you have fucking flurry of blows. What the hell is happening here?
Yeah.
It's not even a real flurry of blows. You gain Hunter's Mark without the additional damage. Just a good chance to hit them hard again.
No, you do
This
get extra
is the
damage because
worst.
you can haymaker them.
Yeah, you're banking on that
Oh,
haymaker
this is-
hitting, but if it doesn't, oh well.
So you're doing all of this combo setup for the creature. What happens when you do all this combo setup and the creature drops?
Mind you, this is at
Because
level
the rest
3.
of your party targets it.
This is level 3, my guy.
It's so terrible. Go on.
Someone
feel-
definitely
I feel
played a
dumb.
lot of fighting games and was like, I'm gonna make the perfect monk.
No, someone was playing a lot of Yakuza and really just wanted to make Kiryu into a...
Yeah. Well, Okami, you want to tell us all about a good old cross counter?
Holy shit. these
Cross
guys-
counter! You have an almost preternatural ability to slip punches. This is your 6th level ability. Slip punches and slither around defenses to retaliate. When a creature within your reach attacks you, you can use your reaction and spend 1 key point. So this is before 2024 rules, and it's the right term. We don't use this is a non-focus points round table. Thank you.
Yeah.
You spend 1 key
We don't
point.
believe in anything Watsy did in the
After
past year.
2013.
Giri-chan! Yes. You can spend 1 key point to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You can then make an unarmed strike against the creature as part of the same reaction. Why? Okay, we've looked at plenty of subclass and other class abilities. Whenever they have this, if you succeed, they don't get to do anything. Like you're taking away their action economy. This one's like, oh, they might punch me in the face, but then I'm gonna punch them back.
So, but also think of it this way, because essentially, cross counter leads into haymaker, leads into the old 1-2, leads into cross counter, goes to the haymaker, the old one, la 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 la. You're just dealing more damage than the fighter because fuck you. That's why.
When really,
This
I
is
mean,
somebody who wants someone to punch consecutively.
This is someone who watched an episode of Baki and was
Consecutive
like, I
normal
got that.
punches.
this is somebody
Yeah.
that never got beyond button mashing in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, no. They only know jab jab. Only know jab jab.
No, they just know the fucking down uppercut.
I'm reading the old 1-2
Not
and
even, that's too
haymaker up
complicated.
until we got to cross counter. I was just thinking of Yugo and Fang in Bloody Roar Extreme when they're like 1-2 1-2 1-2 body 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 up upper, like that's the combo you want. Agreed.
but this isn't
Don't
that
send the
good combo.
Pinkertons after people. This isn't the Wild West.
Mm.
Oh, it is. When once you get to Gumption, it is the Wild West.
Who's taking
Oh, I
who's
won't.
taking street smarts?
I got it. Well, guess what? If you've got your wits about you, and you got your street smarts, you've been trained by the unforgiven streets to be ever alert. You've been trained by the unforgiving streets to be ever alert. Where the hell did you grow up?
Yeah, you grew up in the worst neighborhood,
Okay.
but no one ever gave you a knife.
Just grew up in Compton. Okay, you just the hardest life humanly possible. You can't be surprised, and you add your martial arts die to your initiative. This is literally abilities given to every other monk subclass at level 3. This is at level 11.
He
A
grew
lack
up
of
in
Yeah, but
Philly.
surprise.
He's from Philly.
So you basically
Yeah,
at
yeah,
level 11 get the alert feat
this is the
for
Will
free.
Smith class. If Will Smith never got out of West Philadelphia and he stayed on the streets spending most of his life playing b-ball, this is what he would have turned into, the Brawler. That's why he got up and slapped Chris Rock, because he had street smarts and had to hit him with a haymaker, show he was sturdy to catch the old 1-2. Now I get it. Now I get it. All right, now it's all making nonsense.
It's the least fun version of Wildcat with no extra lives.
Yeah.
If the last class was Rincewind, this is trying to be Vimes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, gumption involves your
1000%.
wisdom for something.
Oh, they finally did sneak it in there somewhere.
But like, if you're
Good job.
using, whatever, it's fine, whatever. You can have your 2 things to go for.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit here.
I think you should take gumption, DM Lacara.
Yeah. We believe in you.
Gumption. Your fighting swagger makes you a tenacious opponent.
The derision.
Let me tell you.
Good night,
The more
Dex.
you hit
Thank
people, the more you hit people, the less you swagger.
you.
At the start of each of your turns, you gain temp HP equal to 5 plus your wisdom mod.
So bad. I'm sorry.
The level 17 feature to gain 10 extra health, maybe. At the beginning of your turn, maybe.
At
Yeah,
the
but at
start
that
of
point,
each
everything's slapping you
turn.
3 fucking times a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're hitting them 20 times.
True.
If you were a good monk, if you were a monk that could do something, sure.
Oh God.
You're a monk of the basic playtest feature. You're a monk in like the beta version of a new MMO. They haven't put the class in, they're
Literally.
just testing. You're a
All right.
placeholder.
So now I have story time. DM Lacara, I apologize to you, but not to the stream, because this is a weird one. This is one of my proudest characters for how I played him, and it was all from a joke. I once played a monk whose name was Seamus O'Kink. Please feel free to stop me to question my sanity at any point during this.
If he doesn't have a
Basically,
shillelagh,
we
I'm
know
gonna be
you don't
upset.
have any.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he does. But here's the thing. Basically, what happened was, it was an inside joke between my friends and I, because whenever we played Overwatch and I doom-fisted someone, I was apparently kink-shaming them because I was ruining their fun.
Interesting.
So, I made a monk, a half-orc monk, named Seamus O'Kink, an extremely drunk Irishman that would just fist people for fun. And he used to be an acolyte of the church, so he would just give people crucifixions.
See, that's up my
I hate
alley.
you.
But unfortunately, we reached a point where it got very terrifying because I got to the level where he unlocked purity of body, so now he couldn't be drunk anymore.
Oh.
So I created an alternate personality that when he sobered up, he became a British aristocrat who had a cane that would, sword fight people with. But also,
Nice
he
pivot.
inherited
Yeah.
Granny's brass knuckles because Grandma was a thug back in the day and had these like force projecting brass knuckles that he won in a fight club. And he once broke out of jail by headbutting all 30-something guards in the dick.
There's so
Look,
many.
Some people need something to aspire to, all right? Not aspire to be him.
Yeah,
I
I have no problem with this.
It got to the point where if I started to sober up and they heard a British accent coming up, they would just buy me whatever alcohol in the town we could find.
I mean, I don't blame them.
And he did, in fact, have a 5-way with the Crown Princess of the Realm, got a trank dart shot in his ass, and then arrested. And then killed all the guards.
I hope it was
so
like
a GTA character.
Like a Red Guardian situation when they shoot him with the tranquilizer dart, and he looks at them and he's like, "I am the Red Guardian. This won't stop." Oh, and then they shoot him like 35 more times, and then he falls asleep.
No, because the guards were questioning him how he got into the castle, and he was the one who was allowed to talk. So essentially, he's just like, "But we got let in." Like, what did you do to the princess? I'm like, well, you see, I lift her leg in this position, and then he got knocked out.
Okay, like, gameplay-wise, technically you could run this, but I would just tell that player to be a fighter. Just be a fighter.
Yeah. You're gonna get multi-attack anyway. Like,
just go be a fighter.
Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, like, you could run this
you
for
could.
sure. You could make it work, but yeah, just be a fighter.
Be a fighter. Like, save all of us and yourself time. Be a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me have to remember the minutia of your weird, not really a subclass.
Yeah.
And then when everyone else is doing cool things and you're like, I can not be surprised, I'm gonna be like, are you satisfied though?
I also like how the post name is Rattle Brains without the robes and prayers as this monk of the bars and streets.
This is
Not a single thing had to do with his sobriety in this entire class. He didn't
true.
pick up a beer bottle. He didn't break a pool cue over somebody's head. Like, come on.
yeah, there was nothing here about
fighter?
improvised weapons. Yeah.
All right, wait. What do we all agree
Where's the
here
street fighting?
about? What do we all agree here about the comment from Gelcubicle here? Monk is a fun class, but it can come with a lot of narrative baggage. What if I want to play a fisticuffing guy who isn't a reclusive weirdo? I don't need to philosophize about it. Knocking a head into another head is just obviously good. Trained in back alleys and taverns rather than on a mist-shrouded mountain. The Brawler is exactly the monk for those of you interested not in monk theory, but in monk practice. No contemplative reveries necessary, just the ability to offer every enemy their own teeth after a brief knuckle and elbow-based removal surgery.
I'll put it to you like this, all right?
But they're already doing that. That's like what a monk does.
Yeah.
They just don't stop punching.
Literally, a monk's job is to sock you in the mouth and then proceed to make it easier for them to hit you in the mouth again. Like, having played a monk, all I did was try to set up ways to hit people harder.
Yeah, just make a drunken master.
Just make Seamus
It'd be so
okay.
much
You'll
faster.
feel better about yourself.
I can't remember what the quote is, but no, yes, I can.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That too. Yes, that
Brick
for sure.
from Borderlands. Yes, yes, Iron Fist.
Yes. Nox, who some of you may know from hanging out on the channel for a really, really, really long time and in the Discord, when he does pop up sometimes, he said this quote one time where he was talking about how like some fighters have like special abilities and what have you. And he's talking about Jin in Marvel vs. Capcom, who's from a video game where him and his dad used to pilot a giant robot, but like he's just as scary as the giant robot he pilots. And Nox described him as Jin's whole thing is he punches you hard and then hard as humanly possible with fire. Like that's that's what your monks are supposed to be there for.
Yeah, basically. Like, the monk's job is to make you go, why? Why do you need to do that?
Did you just run up a wall to duff me? Yes, I did.
Like, but what for? I felt like you needed to be. I felt like you needed to be slapped in the mouth. So you just came over here to slap me in my mouth.
And now I'm gonna leave because I still have
Like,
80 feet of movement. Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I'm out of here.
Also, that quote makes me feel like the narrative baggage part makes me feel like they were hoping for more ROLL play and less ROLE play, and that makes me feel a little upset.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad. It's okay.
You hear that, Gelcubicle? You made Okami sad.
Yeah, that makes me a little sad. Oh, okay. I thought higher
Fix
of
it,
you.
Joe. Beautiful. I thought higher of you. Wow. Ooh. Ooh.
That hurts my heart a little bit.
That hurt. Hurt my soul to hear.
I know, it is really sad. Okay, but now this means, since we're back to our regularly scheduled programming, all of you out there in the chats, and if you're watching this VOD and it happens to still be 24 hours since we did the stream, can vote on our topic for next episode. So, if you'll give me a second, I will pop those choices into the chat on YouTube because I don't have to make... Oh, can I make a... No, the YouTube poll only has 4 options, which is stupid. Why is it not 5 like every other service? So I'm just going to write them in there. If you're in the YouTube chat...
That would make sense.
Yeah, if you're in the YouTube chat, these are your poll options for next week. I will actually make a poll on Twitch because that has 5 options like a normal service.
How dare it? How dare it do what we expect it to do?
Give me the poll.
Give me the poll.
Oh.
But the way this works is we will take your votes here, and then if anyone puts in another vote before 24 hours are up, where I'm running a poll in the DM Roundtable chat, I will add in your votes. It used to be the community got 1 extra vote, but whoever puts in their votes now, your votes are counted.
Damn,
there's
bro,
too many
getting
of
called out in the chat.
Okay.
And the birthday boy's here.
Birthday
Hello. Boy! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Before we end this today, I did actually want to propose a question to the DMs here.
Oh?
Relating to subclasses.
Oh?
What are your thoughts on D&D's subclass progression based on levels?
In terms of like the scale at which you gain abilities, or
yeah, something like that. Because there's been a few systems that I've played now where they open up subclassing in terms of if you gain enough XP, you can just buy an ability from that subclass. And I feel as if that allows for easier and more logical progression than I have to sit here and wait until from level 11 to 17, which could be anywhere between a week and a few years. To get cool stuff.
What are you trying to say to people who never level up their players?
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
training thing.
I'll say to you like this. I think that the real mark for me, I think that leveling up a character is cool. But again, I strongly follow the philosophy of I only level my players as I feel appropriate. And I only, because I feel like if I throw all the powers at my players, they're going to forget the basics. And if they forget the basics, they're going to get killed by everything because they're like, well, I can cast this huge spell. But the moment they're out of that spell, they're doomed. They don't know what to do. They're like, I can't fight. I'm like, you have cantrips. You have to, but they don't do as much damage as that spell. I'm like, right, but they do damage. I like leveling, but I want to level players I want players to level themselves up too, and look outside the character sheet because that's what I've gotten used to doing myself.
Makes sense.
So subclassing to me, I think is okay right now. I think that there's just sometimes they need to balance things out across the board. And if you're talking 2024 subclasses, sorry, I have an allergy to trash. I think honestly they need to put the ROLE back in.
Yeah.
And reflavor and retextualize things to be fun on both ends because it's become too video game like, and I'm a huge fan of video games. But I think that the beauty of tabletop role playing games was that you actually got to role play, whereas the closest we get are like the Bethesda and open-ended story games that exist out in the video game realm where we can make every decision to be evil or good or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like that's the closest we get in video games. And this just gives us a platform to make our own character and put it in a place. So leveling up's cool. Subclass system, I would leave it be for now. Just, I would say balance out the spell casting and figure out what you want to do with the druid. Because damn it, am I tired of druids the way they are.
I feel that. Oh, it opened in the wrong window. Okay, so this is a panel from the recent Deadpool comic where they're fighting a bunch of evil monks, and Taskmaster's ability is he can copy any move that he sees. So he starts copying all their hand signs. Taskmaster cannot do magic, so everyone in there is like, "Yo, he's about to do magic because he's copying all the hand signs." And then he said, "This is not an edit. This is what he says in the actual book. Domain expansion, gun!" So he freaks everyone out thinking that he's going to do magic, and then he just shoots everybody in the head.
That's amazing.
Off the real Sorceress Supreme.
Fantastic.
Domain expansion. Gun.
Listen.
This is why he's one of my favorites.
He said he was out of spells, not out of shells.
It's true. I'm about to buy Grimjack one of them shirts.
I might be out of magic, but I ain't out of options. Pulls out the AK-47. Hey, wait a second, where did you build this? The futuristic space gun. I stole it from Spelljammer. Damn it. Should have never put that planescape, that plane hopping turtle in your campaign.
Turtles. But yeah. I'm excited to a little disappointed in Gelcubicle for this one, but next week I'm excited to be back on regularly scheduled programming just so we can look at more stuff. There's so much stuff.
And there'll be a new design in the red bubble. very soon.
Oh, oh, oh! You heard it here first, folks. So if you haven't heard me talk before, I impart upon you. Oh no, there's a cackle. You gotta love a cackle.
Go look at it, Shin.
Oh,
Come on, come on.
seriously.
It's not up there yet, but it will be. Don't worry. Yo, the
Yes.
the suggestion right
Love
now for I invoke the ancient right of not it is a sticker, and I just had the great idea. If you buy a whole bunch of those stickers, when your friends give a stupid suggestion, just stick it right on their forehead.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or your
Right.
own forehead, one or the
Wow.
other. We have our own little shop, and this is so good, and I love everybody, and there is a hype train, and today's been real good.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Today's been so good.
No. Like I always say, folks, if you have the time, check out the Redbubble shop. Like, comment, and subscribe wherever we can, wherever you can. We appreciate all the things you can and cannot do, regardless of what you can and cannot do. There's free ways to help Okami. There's non-free ways. Whatever way you choose, we're happy that you came to stop by and hang out with us. Okami, where can they find you the rest of this week?
Tomorrow night at 8. Oh, also, Awa, I don't know if we came up with a new design while you were gone, Awas. I don't think we did tonight. But rest this week. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming more Horizon Forbidden West. If you're in the Discord or you're on YouTube, please go vote in the polls. They'll be open for the next week about what our thank you stream will be. There's a whole bunch more people I gotta thank now. What the thank you stream topic will be this month. So please go do that. And I think that's the only other time we'll be live. If you are in the Discord and you're into game terrain specifically, when I have free time, I finally started last week. I'll come onto the Discord and stream how to build the terrain for Maladum. So we kind of just sit around and watch them go through like a tutorial of how to put it together, because I have Maladum and I would love to use that terrain sometime soon. So come on and hang out with us while we do that. Sometimes we also look at Warhammer stuff and other stuff. We'll just stream in the Discord while someone's learning to play. There are also some board games that I gotta learn how to play. Like Bard Sung is on that list. There's a video that I want to watch pretty soon to figure out how to play. Oh. Wait.
Hmm?
It's the okay, so it's the people, the wizard dropouts when they don't like someone, especially if you're using a stupid bastion and starting gang wars. You send in the wizard dropouts to hang out in your bastion tavern that's making magical potions, and they can be like, "That guy's bad news. I'm gonna blow up his drink."
Oh God, we're back to the. I like it because the Bastion returns, personally.
And we're blowing it up.
Me,
Yeah, we're blowing it up.
Yeah,
That's
no.
the best part. We don't care about the collateral damage of people dying. Okay, we're blowing up.
Every bastion we find.
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening.
I did count your vote
Like,
for
sorry to
Adventures
break
Clubs.
it to you, but
Don't worry.
oh yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Also, yes, there
Hell
is
yeah.
more chatting on Twitch than YouTube, but I can still see the YouTube chat.
Yes, we can.
I think all of us are in both
See it
chats.
all.
Question mark.
Yeah. I pop between the two.
I
No, I
noticed
do
that's a
too.
trend too. Like people are just more likely to. Okay, people are more likely to have a conversation on Twitch. On YouTube, like the people who chat, like if they're new to the stream, they usually want something. if that makes sense. Like, hey, do this or do that. Where people
Mm.
on Twitch just kind of want to chat. If they're new. Everybody's got lurkers, though.
No.
Like, when Dex was handing out the gift subs, I was like, Hoomst? And then I saw Woody. Shout out to Woody, who is trying to start streaming. Go follow him. He will be playing Halo.
Always support the new folks to the class.
Ah, but I forgot. Where can people find you guys during the week?
Behind a computer screen, frantically typing. I am unfortunately still deep in creator mode, so I will be click-clacking around, but I have in my free time also been working on a new video, so I might put up a new video again this year, which is rare. I put up one I put up one every like few months, so there's probably gonna be another dumb edit from me of some fighting game footage that I've collected. So be on the lookout.
I realize you guys can't see me do it, but like every time I scroll through the designs on things, I'm like Vanna Whiting the screen.
I'm just imagining that like you're trying to like you have like in the moment you have the most manicured nails because you have to show off you're a hand model right now. You're in full. Like
I
if
would
you're
be
Vanna
the
Whiting,
worst
you're a
David
hand-
Duchovny ever.
No, David Duchovny
I
is
don't
the
know.
worst David Duchovny.
Yeah, you're gonna be hard pressed to take that title of just ineptitude away from him. I think Dave Duchovny's got you beat by leaps and bounds.
Okay, I'll take that.
Hate to break it to you, and not to burst your bubble. You know, if you were seeking to achieve better Dave Duchovny than David Duchovny. I'm sorry. But what about obviously DM Lacara? You will not find DM Lacara.
Yeah,
DM
you
Lacara
will
finds you.
find DM Lacara.
You don't find me, I
Okay,
find you.
if you search for her, we'll know.
Ominous.
Okay.
The bots will
Alright,
be deployed.
Yeah,
We're Ultron
we
now.
have our own Pinkertons. We have our own Pinkertons. The Roundtable has its own Pinkertons, and they're actually very friendly. And they
The
work with their own
opposite.
free club.
It's like slightly spelled differently, like it's Tonnes.
Ah,
Yeah, the Pinkertones. They're actually a tenor.
they're actually a tenor group.
It's
Don't-
actually the guys who say, "Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?" Those guys. It's just them. It's just them. We hired them again because we felt they really needed work. They really did. But they'll sing a mean doo-wop, and they'll be there for a while.
Just don't make me deploy the trained attack gerbils.
Oh, whoa! We said we're not going to deploy those again. Not since Helsinki. All right, not since that went south. Okay, we're not
Look.
doing that again.
Look, I figured out what went wrong last time. It'll be fine this time.
That's what they all
Well, folks, you heard it
say.
here first. You heard it here first, folks. If you don't want to learn about the terrible might of our trained hell gerbils, or getting Sparta kicked into the demi-plane of sludge, which is always an option. Just so you know. Be kind and play some good dice, because that's always important. Kindness and dice.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Speedy, can we find you during the week?
I am already in your home. Do not resist. You will be hugged momentarily.
Okay.
Roundtable. Making
Also,
sure
I need
you
$5
never
for
feel alone.
gasoline.
Honestly, that would be the ghost that I would get to. It would be like, hey man, I came to haunt you. Sweet. By the way, I can't leave. So if you don't mind spotting me, I'll be cool.
Hello, DMs. My son has come to grace me with his presence.
Pupperino.
Hello.
No, you have a Catarino. Oh.
Yeah, bro. I got my stepson.
I thought you had an actual child.
Stain-
Hello, my son. You will receive belly rubs. You cannot say no. You did this to yourself.
I love it. I love that. I love it. I love the change. It's like, wait a second. Wait a minute. That was the ultimate wait a minute moment.
She just goes, wait
That
a minute.
really was.
Just squints her eye. Speedy has kid?
Yeah.
I mean, you sound like you're 15, but that I know that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
True. Not on the
What are you
internet.
trying to say? What the hell does that even mean?
Fist, I just went on to Tabletop Schmabletop and saw that Fist is posting pictures of the Street Brawler subclass. Like, yeah, be that. Don't be this.
Oh yeah, no, you could be. I'll leave you with this guy in passing because I do have to head out. You could literally be a street brawler with the commoner background and do way better.
Commoner background, my heart.
Okay, be a commoner background, real street brawler. Okay,
Get me out of here.
we'll
Can I
fix you
just-
up just right.
Can I say the commoner background is the shirt that I have been sitting on the design for the longest? Because I cannot, I know, we all need it, but I cannot come up with something simple yet epic enough for it yet. So I'm letting it stew, because I'm like, at some point I'll get hit with inspiration. I'm gonna wake up at like 4 a.m. one night and yell Eureka. And then we'll have the shirt, but I don't want to fumble it.
Fair.
No,
I need to get my own
I
Victorian
appreciate
Orphan
it.
Magic shirt because I want to explain how I'm going to use my incredible magical abilities to throw steam and suck the air out of a single square that you can walk out of. It's my amazing magical. That's a wizard school dropout.
Listen.
That's what it could have
Cosmic Hoover.
Oh my god! You combine literally your Victorian Orphan magic and Wizard School dropout skills to become literally the greatest bum of all time. Like you never accomplish shit. You're wasting potential of subclass. I love it.
I'm gonna become the greatest bum of all time.
It's the bum that's like, hey, want to see a magic trick? And it is actually magic, but it sucks so much that he makes
Wait,
less money.
You end
Sleight
up
of hand.
owing
He
them
would have
money.
made more magic if he never did the spell. He would have made so much more money, but it actually cost him everything he had.
Yep.
Oh god!
He sold his soul to the
support
bog
it.
for the worst
Imagine
magic trick.
fucking up doing magic so bad you owe them money afterwards.
Can I imagine being this guy here? Absolutely not. But he's definitely a commoner background. That was the start. He was like, I'm a commoner background. I can do anything.
Oh my god, I just had the best idea for a street bum NPC ever. Hang on, let me write this down.
It's already begun.
And okay, if you're the worst bum ever,
Idea.
you have to use your BBEG has to be so way back in the day. The guy who wrote
Job
okay, so this this is a super deep cut if you've been on the channel for like 15 years. But before Unfairy Tales started, I did a dramatic reading of a yearbook signing because there was a kid in my high school that, okay, mind you, me and my family took care of. The way he signed my yearbook was that he left me a page-long death threat. So
What?
I remember the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before that, he had he came up with really stupid superheroes for everyone in our group, and for some reason, he was like, oh, Nox likes to take naps. You know what? He's going to be Bum Killer 9000. He's like a Terminator that they sent back from the future just to kill bums.
Killer 9000.
That's the BBEG for the world's worst bum campaign.
Bum Killer 9000. I
don't know if I should respect it or hate it.
I respect it because I hate it so much. I
forgot about Bum Killer
like
9000 until this moment.
My brain can't contemplate this on a normal scale, but I'll allow it. Bum Killer 9000.
Exactly.
Bum
Dun, dun,
Killer
dun,
9000,
dun,
the BBEG. Yeah, it's definitely no, but it's on the kazoo. It's definitely on the kazoo. It's
Hear me out.
It's 1,000% kazoo.
Hear me out. Automaton.
It's like Celine Dion's. Oh my.
Automaton? You stopped him mid-sentence.
Why?
Who was it?
Why?
In the Discord, someone just discovered automatons and thought that they were like I mean, they are technically a joke instrument, but was like, oh, look what this guy made. I was like, nah, bro. Those are like legit things you could go buy. There's thousands of them. He was like, it's not just this one weirdo. I was like, nah, there's so many of them.
It's like an army. I don't know why anybody would want that. I'd rather a keytar.
Oh, you're getting into
really
Octa comment territory. How do you feel about melodicas? Melodica is the only instrument Oxfordcomma hates more than a keytar. A keyboard that you blow into. Why? I like.
Because why
melodicas.
not?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play the saxophone, and because I don't want to play the keyboard like a normal person. And I can't play the sax.
Oh, I would like that. What is it called? Oh my! You know what? Actually, though, this wave, the Brawler Monk could play probably pretty well. The theremin.
Oh my god!
Just Dempsey rolling in the electromagnetic field for it, making the weirdest sounding music.
It really would. Again, like I said, I like the first one a lot. I hate the second one. I can't stand behind anything.
I totally get
anything.
I totally get when people are like, I want to make a subclass that mimics the abilities of a different class's thing. I totally get that. But this is like mimicking
any other class.
Yeah, this is mimicking like 4 other classes' abilities, but you're getting them at times where like they don't really matter anymore.
I was gonna say they're irrelevant.
What are you doing with these powers at certain points? Like, none of these and at no point does it mention giving you resistance to magical damage. Like, none of your abilities are helping you. You're literally reliant on the abilities of the monk, not your subclass, but the monk.
Yeah.
You're actually relying on the class skills. which is kind of rare because not even the fighter has to rely purely on the class skills. Even the fighter has some other utility outside of it, like I don't know. And this is what they call. Okay.
No, I just said but.
Wow. No, you're not Kushina's butt from Fatal Fury.
I'm so mad they
You
changed his name
more.
back to Marco Rodriguez. How dare you take this away from me?
I didn't realize he felt so strong. I
For
never
those
knew.
of you that don't play any Fatal Fury games, there was a guy that in Japan, he's a Hispanic karate dude. His name is Marco Rodriguez. The localization team, for reasons unknown to anybody, decided they needed to localize his name. Marco Rodriguez wasn't good enough for outside of Japan for this Hispanic dude. So they changed his name to Kushnud Butt. Butt. And when you pick him, like the health bar says butt. And they're like, this is the better option.
They were right. They were absolutely right. I don't know why you're laughing. It's the truth. They were absolutely right. Yeah, I don't know what.
When the new game came out and they were like, oh yeah, he'll be Marco Rodriguez again. No. Don't take away this gift you've given us. How dare you?
They don't care.
How dare you?
They hate it. Take all the fun things.
Ooh, Kalimbas are cool. But yeah, the poll is still open, so those of you who didn't get to catch the stream as it was going, if you're watching the VOD within 24 hours, pop into one of the chats. Well, not the Twitch chat, obviously. Pop into the YouTube comments what you want to vote for, or comment to the Discord and be like, hey, yo, I want to do this. And it will get added to the list of votes. And 24 hours from right after.
You can't say Ayo without me thinking about me having to. You can't say Ayo without me thinking about having to check a leech's gender.
Ayo! Tell me that sucks, ASL! Ayo! That leech got a dick!
Yo, I need to know that leech got a dick, alright?
That is one of the only times I'm going to say, I'm glad you didn't take a second pass before you posted that. So we could have that joyous moment.
I really am glad that was just completely just glanced over. We're like, what? We're like, oh, that was a complete typo. There is nothing about this. We're just horrible.
Hey, yo, that leech got a dick.
Like, hey, yo, we're giving it's on a dick. That will forever be the greatest misread of all time. I don't care what anyone says.
It couldn't have been better.
That lives rent free. Yeah, then that moment lives rent free in my head.
They are?
DM Roundtable answering the hard hitting questions.
What?
Leashes got dicks? What?
Slugs are hermaphroditic.
Yep.
I didn't know. What?
So I do gotta ask them. Well, no, they can be in the.
No.
They can be like, I do now.
No, they.
No, I'm just imagining it happening now.
They always have both. And when they meet,
so
they
I was
meet
like,
both ways at once.
Even if I ask, like, how, interesting. How you feeling today? Huh.
Hey, man. How you doing? Feeling all right there, pal? You know, how's the day?
See, this is the kind
This
of
is why I just
shenanigans.
stuck with the squishy, malevolent pickle.
That's exactly right. It's the shirt we can never make.
It's
Shirt
true.
we can never make.
It's true.
It's-
Oh,
I feel
what
lazy
happened?
to say, Yeah.
OBS, come back. That was weird. Okay, we're back.
OBS is like, enough of this. That leash ain't got a dick.
I am gonna leave.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you all for
On that
coming.
note-
Please put in your
Correct.
votes if you haven't yet, and we will see you all next week. Okay, bye. Bye, Twitch. Oh, wait, I can do this. Hold on.
Good.
We
Bye.
have... Boop.
And-
Bye. And I'm going to do it on YouTube.
Hey, guys.
It's going to take like 5 minutes.
Night.
Good night, everyone. Bye, Twitch.
Okay.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Wait, I can't leave YouTube yet until the... Thank you. Thank you, night.